Welcome back to Logan. Nevada 6 wins, Utah State 5 wins. The Wolfpack 9 bowl games last 10 years. They're one of 20 FBS teams to do it. Utah State 13-game home win streak. Brian Polian leading Nevada. Third season improvement every year. He says this bunch has been resilient. They still have a West Division title as a possibility if they get a loss by San Diego State to UNLV. A lot in play for Nevada. And on the other side, Utah State, school record 4 straight bowl games, and Matt Wells in his third season 14-2 on home turf. He's one of 14 in the FBS, coaching his alma mater, and he's done a tremendous job in 2+ years with 24 wins. Two young, very good coaches. They expect to be in bowl games.
Well, they both expect to be in bowl games, and it starts with the defenses this afternoon. Both defenses will be challenged to stop the run game. Whichever defense can be more stout, that will be the team that will come out of this game victorious.
Brent Zuzo has it teed up. Utah State's going to get the football first. Lawan Hunt and Kennedy Williams.
To do if you're going to establish a running game, you cannot allow the first defender to bring you down. You've got to break those tackles and get as many yards as possible.
Disappointing losses at New Mexico and Air Force, but they've been awesome here at home. 4-0 so far this season at Maverick Stadium. First down at the 17 now. Initial series. Handoff straight ahead. It's Mays breaking a tackle, and he's inside the 15 for close to 3 yards. Both of these teams' running backs good on yards after contact.
And that, to me, is what determines whether a back is great or not. Any back can run great when there's nobody to tackle them. But when you break tackles, when you make yards after contact, that determines whether or not you're a very good back or not.
So look at the group up front. Stevens, their best lineman, the leader at the center spot, 2-year starter. 2nd and 7. Aggies opening series inside the Nevada 15. Myers going to hand it off to Mays, bursting off the left side, and he's close to a first down inside the 9. Figo Fie Fatuala, the senior middle linebacker, on the tackle.
And a good job by Mays planting that foot and getting backside on that run. That is another way that you can determine a good back, when you can see the opening running to the backside of the play. You've got to be able to have good vision as a running back.
Now they're just 34% on third downs this year, and they're looking at their third and short here, and they're not going to get it. Trying to run to the left side, and nothing doing as they brought in Nick Vigil, the inside linebacker, as running back, and that backfired.
Well, Yates got penetration, the defensive tackle, number 55. He plays in an all-4 stance, and he plays very low to the ground. It'll be interesting to watch that matchup with him and Tyshawn Mosley, who stands at 6'5", playing guard for Utah State. If he can't get low enough to block Yates, he'll be a problem all afternoon.
Now here's Brock Warren. This will be a 29-yarder from the left hash. He's 8 of 9 on field goals this year, trying to give the Aggies the early lead. And the kick is no good. Off to the right. So the junior, who's been very consistent, had missed just one coming into this game, and he pushes it right. Warren can't convert.
And that is actually a victory for this Nevada defense, who got the ball, who came out on defense with the ball deep in their own territory. They bended, but they did not break. So if you're Utah State right now, you've got to go back and you've got to recalibrate what you're doing offensively. You moved the ball pretty decent when you got good field position. You just couldn't get that first down. So you've got to find your short yardage game.
And Brian Polian now dodging a bullet there. His team will take over at the 20-yard line. Tyler Stewart at the helm. Pistol offense. Dual threat guy, great work ethic. He's gotten better as the season has worn on. They like to run it, though. That's their forte. And here they go, handing it off to Jackson left side. Don Jackson getting the corner turned and finally knocked down at the 28. 8-yard pickup. Bryant Hayes, the corner, on the tackle.
Well, you see they come with the jet sweep action, and what that does is get the defense's attention. And with that jet sweep action coming across the formation, you give the ball to Don Jackson going the opposite way. So the defensive backs have got to come up, and they've got to be able to bring run support.
And there's no secret about what Nevada wants to do. We are who we are, says Coach Polian. We want to run it and wear them down at the end of the game. 2nd down and short here. Handed off straight ahead, and diving forward for the first down is Jackson, and a couple good carries at the outset.
And both of these backs, they're not huge backs. Jackson 5'10", Butler 5'9", but they're very stout. And the one thing that the coaching staff from Utah State talked about in stopping them is they have a tendency to fall forward and get 2 to 3 extra yards at the end of every run.
They're the only FBS team with 2 running backs averaging 90-plus yards per game in Jackson and Butler. We've not seen Butler. It was Jackson on the first 2 carries. Now fresh set of downs at the 30-yard line. Initial series for Nevada. Handoff, Jackson left side, and this time the Aggies are ready for it. Nick Vigil shut it down after a 1-yard gain.
You know what Tyler Stewart does a great job of is putting that ball in on that read option fake and keeping it in the belly of the back as long as possible. So Utah State has to be very careful because he will pull that back and run with his dual threat ability, and he'll also pull it back on the play action pass and be able to hit his big receiver, Hassan Henderson, who stands at 6'5", over the top.
Vigil, a Mountain West Player of the Year candidate on the defensive side of the ball. The good play there. 2nd and 9 at the 31. Stewart with some time, fires near side, catch made. Jericho Richardson close to the first down stick, and they're going to give him forward progress for first down across the 40. Bryant Hayes on the tackle.
And one thing I noticed about the Utah State defensive backs, they play off the receivers, but they backpedal. They don't turn and bail. They're going to have to continue to pay attention to these receivers because I think Stewart will try and find those guys because of their effective running game.
Richardson is their leading receiver with 55. Their top target is Hassan Henderson, a big physical kid on the other side. First down now at the 41 for Nevada. Handoff, Jackson trying to stretch it to the outside, running a long way, and he's lucky to get a yard there as Filiunga was there on the tackle. That's an interesting play, looking for something to develop, and nothing did.
And that play was made by Kyler Fackrell. What he did was stretch that play out. If you watch him, he played contained defense. He stayed to the outside. He didn't make the play, but he made the back Jackson stretch it out a little bit more, and he allowed pursuit to get there.
Good speed on the perimeter that time from Utah State. No gain. 2nd down. I'm actually going to end up giving him 2 out to the 42. 2nd and 8 now for Nevada. Play action, Stewart rolling to the right, going to take off with it, and they run him out of bounds. And again, that pursuit to the perimeter was good. Green and Fackrell were all over that play.
And Fackrell has shown up early in this ballgame. This is why he's a Butkus semifinalist. Too often when we talk about linebackers, we talk about guys that make plays in the hole. What I like about Fackrell is his ability to be on the outside and coverage, his ability to cover the entire field. And he's such a long young man at 6'5". He has the arm length to get out and get off of would-be blockers.
And they will move him around, and now it's 3rd and 6, and this is where Utah State is dangerous. They'll come after you. They'll lay off and rush 4 this time. Stewart in trouble, escapes it, and throws incomplete. The pressure causing that incompletion, and Fackrell was there to mess things up. That pass intended for Richardson.
And Stewart got a little bit of happy feet. If Stewart just puts a little bit more on the football, he had every receiver open. He probably could have gotten a first down. I think with the pressure, he didn't put enough on that football.
So a couple of drives fizzling here, a missed field goal, and then a forced punt here by the Utah State defense. Alex Boy on a school record pace as a punter gets off a beauty. High hanger. Rodriguez calling for the fair catch, and Andrew makes it at the 14-yard line for Utah State. Nothing on the board so far here in the first quarter with 8:20 to go from Logan, Utah. Both teams that hope to go bowling this year. Wolfpack and the Aggies scoreless. The Bear River Mountain Range in the backdrop. Nevada and Utah State scoreless here. A game involving 2 teams that have bowl hopes. Nevada already bowl eligible. Utah State needs a win to get there, and it's the 2nd series for Myers and company. Utah State goes to the air, and Myers incomplete as he looks down the far sideline for the top target, Hunter Sharp. And he's a guy Nevada is very concerned with his big playability.
Well, he's an explosive receiver. He can catch the ball in the tough areas. He likes to fight for the football, and that's what you need from your receivers. You want a guy that's going to go up and fight for it when it's in the air.
This is a team that was very up-tempo at the beginning of the year. An injury to Chucky Keaton. They're less up-tempo now. They said they still are a team that likes the big play, and that's especially been in the passing game. They'll run it here to the near side. And run out of bounds is Devontae Mays, the junior from Livingston, Texas, and a nice gain. And it's 8-yard pickup to the 22. Baber on the tackle. The freshman. Third and 2 for Nevada. For Myers, and Myers tips pass. It's picked up by Jordan Dobrich, and he takes it in for the touchdown. Myers had the ball deflected, and Dobrich, the fifth-year senior, was right spot, right time. He takes it in for the score. And what a start defensively for Nevada.
And Dobrich, a former walk-on, is in the right place at the right time on the tip ball. And you see, once he gets possession of it, he races to the end zone. And, you know, you talk about Dobrich, he's a smart football player. He's a finalist for the William Campbell Trophy, the National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete. And you see his ability when he gets the ball. He was in the right place and did what you're supposed to do. Defenders are taught to jump up and try and tip the ball if you can't get to the quarterback on the pass rush.
Brent Zuzo for the extra point, and he knocks it through there. He has been perfect this season. So a defensive play, the big story here in the early going. Dobrich, the Campbell Trophy finalist, picks one off the deflection. Wolfpack up 7. Seven 0 Wolfpack. Jordan Dobrich, everything good about college athletics according to his head coach Bill Polian, and he comes up with a big play early.
Well, when you watch on this play, watch Lenny Jones, the defensive end, jump up. He couldn't get to the quarterback, so he tips the football, which is what they're taught to do. And you see Dobrich, once he gets possession of it, he races to the end zone. One
of 12 in FBS, named a Campbell Trophy finalist, prestigious student athlete award. He's always been most intelligent in the classroom. That is carried over to the field now. And what a boost for the visitors from Reno, up 7 0.
And you talk about a great story. Here's a kid that walked on to the program, and he's put himself in a position not only to make big plays, but to receive a prestigious academic award.
And here's Kennedy Williams after that 65-yard return, another big return for Utah State up to the 42-yard line. Already the career record for him, 65, and this one to the 42. And Dobrich now back out onto the field with his team up 7 0. Special teams have been good for Utah State, but nothing else so far.
And that's what they have to do now. They've got to get established running the football. That is going to be key. Time of possession in ball games like this, where you have a ball club like Nevada that wants to run the football the entire afternoon, are key. You've got to possess the football, and you've got to put points on the board when you get possession of the football.
And Chucky Keaton is now in at quarterback for Utah State. A tremendous career school record holder. Fumbles a snap, and he'll have to fall on it on the 37-yard line. For us, this has been heartbreaking. He's had 3 different knee injuries, the latest an MCL sprain at Washington at the start of this year. And just not the same Chucky Keaton people have known through the years here.
Well, 2 injuries to the left knee, 1 to the right knee. You know, this kid is giving his all to this Utah State program, and you have to hope that he can get some positive plays this afternoon.
65% career completion percentage. After the fumbled snap, he'll hand it off this time to Mays, and Mays is shut down for a loss back at the 35. And that was Corey Rush, the redshirt freshman tackle in there. Dobrich involved as well.
And I tell you what, Rush is a very quick and powerful player. He gets penetration in the backfield, and that's what you have to do. And with that penetration, he allows for Jordan Dobrich to get in there and make the tackle.
It's all going right defensively for Nevada here. 3rd down, 16. Flag is thrown. Setting up the screen is Keaton. And it's Sharp on the far sideline, and he's shut down after a short gain at the 39. And another flag comes in late after the tackle.
And on that play, they only brought 3 pass rushers. They dropped 8 back into coverage. Because of Utah State's inability to run the football, they are not concerned with the running game.
Like a face mask at the end of the play. What was the play at the what was the call at the beginning of the play here? Our referee, Scott Campbell. So offsides on Schauda, the defensive lineman, then the face mask at the end of the play.
You can see right here, they try to throw the short pass, but they've got so many back in the coverage, and you just got to make the tackle. You can't stick your hand in and get the face mask. Now you give Utah State an easy first down, and you allow them to keep the drive going. The thing that you've got going for you right now, if you're in Nevada, is you've got confidence on your sideline. You've got a little bit of self-doubt on Utah State because they hadn't moved the ball effectively yet. You don't want to give them any confidence if you're Nevada.
And that was Malik Reed, the redshirt freshman, and guilty of the face mask. So they move the football to the 46-yard line. First down for the Aggies from there. Two receivers left. Looking left with the throw is Keaton, caught by Sharp, trying to turn the corner, and Sharp bumped out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Interesting here that they've gone to Chucky Keaton, who threw just one pass against New Mexico. His previous action way back early in the year.
And a good job by number 83, Wyatt Houston, the tight end, to get the block to allow his receiver to get more positive yards.
His previous performance at Washington before the MCL sprain, only one pass against New Mexico, and they're showing some confidence in him here. Now they'll change it up. A bunch set to the right side, four receivers, and Keaton calls his own number. And Keaton roams for a first down, and he's inside the 30. And Chucky playing some of his best football in a long time, looking really confident at the helm.
And that's what Chucky Keaton brings to the table at the quarterback position. An ability to be a true dual threat. He reads the defense. He goes 5 wide receivers. That opens up the defense. He finds the lane and gets positive yards.
Prior to this one, we were told we would probably see some Chucky Keaton, but he's getting action early here in the first quarter for Utah State. First down at the 29. Play action, pressure coming, fires over the middle and incomplete. Looking for Braylon Roberts across the middle that time.
And Ian Seau flashed on Chucky Keaton, and I think he felt the pressure from the backside and got rid of the football prematurely. We haven't talked about Seau yet, but I'm sure we will. He is an exceptional pass rusher off the edge, the nephew of the Hall of Famer Junior Seau. He has a very quick first step, and he's powerful at the point of attack.
He's the Mountain West sacks leader with 9 of them on the year. Second down and 10. Keaton, slant pattern, caught and close to the first down. On the grab is Hunter Sharp. They'll mark it just inside the 20-yard line. Damian Baber, the all-conference candidate at safety on the tackle.
This is a good job by Keaton right here. He goes with the play fake, he steps into the throw, throws it where his receiver can catch it on the run and get positive yards.
Chucky Keaton, school record holder in completion percentage, overall completions, and going for the record on career touchdown passes. Vigil now into the running back spot, and Nick Vigil slams ahead for a first down to the 15. They're really mixing things up here for us. They're bringing in a middle linebacker to carry the football here in the first quarter, Nick Vigil.
Well, a lot of times when you bring in guys like this, the defense looks at those guys as potential blockers. They don't look at them as ball carriers. And you see Vigil, he looks like a fullback, getting up in the hole and getting his pads low and square and getting positive yards to get the first down.
He has seen action at running back in the past. He started a game last year at the running back spot. His other 13 starts were at linebacker. First down at the 15. Keaton rolling right. Going to take off with it, and they're going to run him out of bounds. A loss on the play. That was Jordan Dobrich again, making his presence felt here in the first quarter.
But you see the escapability by Keaton. He's able to avoid the pass rush, get to the outside scramble, try to look for a receiver, continuing to look down the field. When he doesn't see anything he likes, he makes another play fake and gets out of bounds.
This is a guy that threw for 256 yards and a couple touchdowns in their loss at Utah. Tremendous career. And Brian Polian's bunch trying to slow them down here, late stages first quarter. Second and 10. Throw by Keaton, deflected as he tried to go over the middle with it. That might have been Seau that got his hand up there.
And that's a good job by Seau. If you can't get to the quarterback, once again, the Nevada defenders are getting their hands up in the air and blocking these short, quick passes. When you've got a fierce pass rush like Nevada, you're going to expect the quick 2- and 3-step drop passes. And when they do that, the way that you defend those passes is get your hands up in the air and knock them down.
Seau, one of the best at rushing, showing he can get his hands up and make a play also. Third and 10 out the 15. Nevada showing blitz. They're sending 6 after Keaton, rolling away from pressure. Now he's just going to have to throw it away. Good pursuit that time, and here's a late flag out of bounds on the hit on the quarterback.
And that looks like a frustration play because of Keaton's ability to get away from the pass rushers. You knew he was going out of bounds. Bad job by the defender pushing him when he was already out.
And that was Dobrich, very uncharacteristic for him. And on a 3rd and long, that'll give him a first down.
And you talk about energizing a team. Although it was only 1 series for Kent Myers, Chucky Keaton has seemed to energize this team and this offense coming into the ball game. The crowd seems to be a bit more into it. He's pumping the crowd up after every big play, every positive play, and you need that energy.
Well, here's a guy vested in this program 5 years. He's part of the success, the big reason why they've been so good over the last 4 seasons. Handoff to Devontae Mays, breaks 1 tackle. Mays running hard down to the 3-yard line. Aswani Rufus, a redshirt freshman safety on the tackle.
Tough run by Mays. He bounces off a would-be tackler. He spins away from another one and falls forward. And that's all you can ask for your back, fall forward. You may not get the big play, but we want positive yards.
School record, 4 straight bowls for Utah State, trying to make it 5. A win here would get them bowl eligibility. Looking to tie things up here. 3 minutes to go first quarter. 2nd and goal. Keaton on the keeper. Hit hard and knocked down at the 2-yard line. Rufus was over there, and he got some help from Lenny Jones, the heartbeat of the D at the end position.
And that's a good job by Lenny Jones, being disciplined on the play, not going with the play fake on the inside, staying with the quarterback, trying to keep contained. You have to be disciplined. You cannot try and make the big play when they stick the ball in the running back's belly.
And it looks like Nick Vigil's going to get another opportunity here. 3rd and goal. They bring him in. The inside linebacker from the 2-yard line. They'll fake it to him. Keaton trying to buy some time. Fires it incomplete. 2 Aggies in the area. Vigil and also Brandon Swindle. And maybe some miscommunication there. They come up empty.
And I think both guys knew they were in the area, and one wanted to allow the other one to catch it, and the other one the same. And you see both of them kind of stick their hands down. And I don't know, maybe Keaton didn't know who to go to because both guys were right there. Because on that replay, you saw he threw it a little bit behind both of those players.
Now Warren has already missed 1 from 29 yards. This will be a 20-yard attempt to try to get him on the board. Junior from Hyde Park, Utah. Out of the hold of DJ Nelson, the backup quarterback. Kick is on the way, and he missed another one. He's missed 2 to the right, and a big bummer on 2 drives into the red zone for Utah State.
And the crowd is letting him hear it right now, and that's tough for that kid.
Good drive by Keaton and company, but they come up empty. Still 7-0 Nevada. 7-0 Nevada lead here in the first quarter in Logan, Utah. The Aggies missing on a couple field goals of 29 and 20 yards off the foot of Brock Warren. Jordan Dobrich a pick 6 for Nevada to give them points. Chucky Keaton in relief of Myers leading the Aggies down the field, but again they come up empty, and now Stewart and company will start this series from the 20-yard line. Trips to the right side this time for Nevada. That pistol look, and keeping it is Stewart, and he gets a couple yards up to the 22. Stewart pretty effective running it. He'll keep you honest. Filiunga on the tackle. This is a kid that a real student of the game, and he was a backup to Cody Fajardo, who was awesome last year.
Well, Fajardo, Colin Kaepernick, you talk about guys that were supremely athletic in this offense. And you know, Stewart is not bad himself, and he's shown well. Last week he matched his career high with 3 touchdown passes, so he can throw the ball as well. I love the way he play fakes and sticks the ball in the belly. Now let's see what he can do passing the ball down the field.
And here he goes, deep ball downfield, and he overshoots his intended receiver. There is a flag thrown, as that was intended for Jericho Richardson.
And the problem on that play, the defender did not allow Richardson to go back towards the football. Torrey Green, the outside linebacker, got caught running through the offensive player.
Defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
So that goes on the Aggies. Bryant Hayes, their cornerback.
And I thought that was 39 out there, but maybe it was Bryant Hayes. What was interesting, when you're a cornerback and you're playing against a receiver and the ball is up in the air, you've got to locate the football. You cannot continue to run through the receiver and not turn around and locate the football. You've got to locate the football, and then you cannot hold guys coming off the line of scrimmage. I think they got Hayes on a hold as opposed to the interference that I saw Torrey Green on that play run through the receiver.
First out the 37 now for Nevada. Split backs this time, and a couple receivers. Stewart hands it off to Jackson, slanting off the left side, and he's up to the 42-yard line. They're going to keep trying to wear you down with that run game. Fackrell on the tackle.
Well, that's what their coaching staff talked about. They feel like in the fourth quarter and in the second half, they can wear teams down because they're going to run. And they feel they're more of a second half ball club. So it might not be a lot of big plays early in the game, but as you continue to try and tackle these guys, you get tired.
Jackson has 15 yards on the ground, and James Butler is now in at the running back spot. They both call them number ones. They'll rotate them equally out there, and this handoff to Butler straight ahead, and he's a power back, and he moves the pile forward close to a first down at the 47. Here's a guy that is nearing 1,000 yards, and he's very close with that carry.
That may have put him over 1,000 yards. And you see what he does well. He gets his pads low, he moves forward, he keeps his knees moving, knees pumping, legs moving, and falls forward. Like I said, these guys aren't big in stature at 5'9" and 5'10", but they're stout, 210, 200 pounds. They lean forward with their pads. They run behind their pads, and that's what you have to do.
And he has 3 straight 100-yard games coming into this one, and it'll be third down and short coming up here with 10 seconds to go in the first quarter, and a timeout is called. Jackson and Butler, one of the best 1-2 punches in college football at the running back spot. What a luxury to have. Jackson's a senior, Butler only a sophomore, so they know they have him back next year.
Well, you talk about Butler, here's a guy, like you said, going for his 4th straight 100-yard ball game. He comes into this ball game averaging 6.3 yards a carry. And then Don Jackson, the senior, he's on pace to get his first 1,000-yard season. He averages 4.9. So if you give it to one back and then the other back, they're averaging a first down every carry they get opposite one another. So when you've got these type of backs, when you got 2 backs that average over 90 yards rushing a ball game, you're going to be able to establish the run with one or the other or both of these guys. So it's a two-headed monster that Utah State has to find a way to slow down. You're not going to stop them, but if you can slow them down a bit, it will help you be successful.
And they are going to run the clock here. That was the final play of the first quarter. 1 quarter is in the books from Logan, Utah. Nevada getting a big defensive play to put the only points on the board here. Brian Polian's team with the football. And a 3rd and short when we come back. Second quarter approaching. Special teams good for the Aggies, but nothing on the board. They're down 7-0. Second quarter is here in Logan, Utah at Maverick Stadium, Merlin Olsen Field. Nevada leading Utah State 7-0. Special teams has been a big story. Brock Warren missing on a couple field goals from 29 and 20 yards. And then a Jordan Dobrich pick 6. A defensive score for Nevada, and now the Wolfpack opening up this quarter. A 3rd and 1 from their 46, trying to keep the drive going, and they do, straight ahead with Butler. And he has a first down to the Aggies' 44-yard line. Marwin Evans, a strong safety on the tackle.
Nice jump cut by Butler right at the point of attack, and that's what you have to do. When they get penetration, if you can get that jump cut going and get to the outside, he found a lane and was able to get positive yards.
Butler's had some monster games, 134 against Hawaii, 122 at Fresno State, 119 against San Jose State, 145 against New Mexico. And he can heat up in a hurry. Wolfpack trying to get their first score from their offense here. And it's Butler, right side, running hard inside the 40 and down to the 37. You can see why they're excited about this kid. A sophomore from Bloomingdale, Illinois. Torrey Green on the tackle.
And I like the right tackle, Jacob Henry, number 79. He does a really good job of stalking, getting up to the second level linebackers. And once he gets his hands on them, that's what allows the backs to get through the hole and don't get touched until they get to second level defenders. As an offensive tackle, an offensive lineman, when you're getting up to those second level guys, they're better athletes than you are. So you have to slow down and allow them to let you know where they're trying to go.
7-yard pickup for Butler. Straight ahead. And not much doing that time. Marwin Evans came in and put a good lick on Butler. Nick Vigil helped him out. 3rd down to short. Let's look at Vigil, who's seen time at running back in this one. A junior from Plain City, Utah. 3rd and 2. Got to think number 20 is a good option here.
And I look for them to bring the linebackers up and bring the linebacker pressure. Their linebackers coming to this game with 35.5 tackles for loss. I see them in the seams right now, filling those lanes.
Henderson, the wide receiver, in motion. They'll fake it to Butler. Stewart rolling right, looking to throw it. Fires incomplete. 4th down.
And Kyler Fackrell did a great job on that play, mirroring Stewart. He did not allow Stewart to get outside. If you saw Stewart looked, he didn't see what he wanted. He sprinted to the outside, but watch number 9, Kyler Fackrell, gets in his face and doesn't allow him to get the ball down the field.
So they will force the punt. Andrew Rodriguez waiting the punt from Alex Boy, a Ray Guy Award candidate. There's Rodriguez standing at the 8-yard line for the Aggies. Boy hangs it up there. Fair catch called for, and it's going to die inside the 5. Takes a backwards hop and a beauty from Boy. That is the 14th punt he's put inside the 20 this season, and he backs up the Aggies here in Logan. Just underway, 2nd quarter, a Nevada defensive touchdown, the difference so far. Wolfpack in front 7-0. The Logan Temple in the backdrop here in Logan, Utah. Nevada leading Utah State 7-0 2nd quarter. The Aggies in a funk offensively. They're trying to get bowl eligible. They're 5-5 right now, and Brian Polian's team getting a big defensive score. And they back him up with the Boy punt. The Aggies starting at the 6-yard line. Chucky Keaton still in a quarterback, delivers a strike, and it's caught on the far sideline, close to the 1st down. That's Braylon Roberts, big 6'3" target.
And you have to wonder, with so much conversation being on getting bowl eligible, has that affected this ball club early? You see Keaton right here get the ball out, and it's a good job by the receiver to get possession of the ball before he gets out of bounds. But you have to wonder, Trey, all the talk about having to win this game to become bowl eligible, or next week when BYU comes to town, is that pressure starting to get to this ball club?
Well, Coach Wells saying the bowl game is our benchmark. That's what he said coming into this one. They swing it out this time, near side, and that's good enough for a 1st down. The grab by Hunter Sharp, and that'll move the sticks. Baber on the tackle. The point you bring up, Utah State is one of just 4 FBS programs with 30 wins and 3 bowl wins over the last 3 years. These are the expectations, and they need a win in one of the next 2 games.
Well, this is the way you start to move the football. Dax Raymond, number 87, the tight end, gets a really good block to spring his teammate for the 1st down. But you cannot think about getting to the bowl. You have to think about winning this ball game and let nature take its course, because winning this game doesn't guarantee you a bowl bid.
And there's a little shovel pass to Wyatt Houston, the tight end. That does not fool Nevada. Takes it up to the 22-yard line. Salisa Faremo, the junior nose tackle, on the play.
You know, people talk about, getting to that 6-win plateau and thinking that you're going to get to a bowl automatically. It makes you bowl eligible. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get to a bowl. Now, Utah State is a ball club that has played in a lot of bowl games, so you would think they would get to a bowl, but you've got to concentrate on what you can control, and that's winning this ball game here.
And on a 2nd down carry, Mays almost breaks one. Damian Baber may have saved a touchdown there with a shoestring tackle at the 25-yard line.
And I tell you what, the true freshman Damian Baber has made a lot of plays this season. 6 interceptions come into this ball game. Great shoestring tackle, because if he does not make that tackle, the running back Mays is still running right now.
Well, a big play right there. A guy that they pulled a red shirt off of, Baber, They said we were tired of watching him in street clothes. We wanted him on the field, and it was a good move. 3rd down, 3. Aggies from their 25. Keaton is trying to set up a screen. Now he's under duress, and he escapes it again. Rolling right. Now throws downfield. It's picked off. It's picked off by Brian Lane Jr. A flag is down as he goes down at the 21-yard line.
And I wonder if this flag is for holding or for an illegal player downfield because of the amount of time Keaton was scrambling. But you cannot throw the ball back across your body in the middle of the field. I know Keaton's trying to make a play, but that is dangerous. You can't do that. You see what happens.
Couple flags on the turf. They'll sort it out here.
Illegal man downfield. Offense. That penalty's declined. 1st down, Nevada.
A couple big interceptions for the Nevada defense.
And when you've got a quarterback scrambling as much as Keaton was on that play, you're going to get an illegal man down the field. You see they were trying to set up the screen, but the defensive line for Nevada did a really good job of reading. And when you're doing the screen pass, the offensive linemen have a key of 2 to 3 seconds and they get down the field. That's what happened on that play initially to get the penalty. And here, Keaton trying to throw it across his body down the middle of the field. That's dangerous because you have defenders setting up, waiting.
And that's a 5th-year senior, Lane Jr. from Sacramento. They have 7 seniors on their front 7. And a veteran group has stepped it up defensively here in the first half. Now Stewart with a golden opportunity near the red zone. Handoff Jackson, bounces to the outside. Jackson to the 10. Jackson's inside the 5, and they'll have a 1st and goal near the 3-yard line. Tackle by Hayes.
And a good job by Jackson following his lead blocker and waiting, and then he sees the lane to the outside. He gets to the outside, and you got to catch him. You see right here, the defender comes flying up. You cannot fly up like that. You've got to stalk. It's kind of like the linemen getting up to the 2nd level defenders. You've got to stalk those backs and make them make a move, and then you go get them. You don't make the move because they're better athletes than you are.
6 carries, 34 yards from Jackson. You see him from the backside here as they're looking at a 1st and goal. Under 10 minutes to go first half. Henderson is split to the right side, and now we have whistles. Timeout, Nevada. 9:51 to go, a pick 6, and then another interception setting up a potential score for Nevada. A 7-0 Nevada lead and looking for more here in Logan, Utah. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for Brian Polian's Wolfpack. They have done the job on the ground. Jackson 34 yards, Butler with 23. And Tyler Stewart, the junior, has Jackson as the lone back behind him. Handoff Jackson straight ahead near the goal line, and no indication yet. He is just shy of the goal line. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And a good job by Jackson pressing the line of scrimmage and getting positive yards. And that's another thing that makes these backs so special. They don't wait. They press the line of scrimmage. It looked like Jackson got in for the score.
Just shy. Kyler Fackrell was there to meet him just shy of the goal line. Jackson stays in now. Their senior captain, the vocal leader, trying to make this a 2-score game. Stewart. Jackson hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Good play defensively from the Aggies that time as they met it at the point of attack with Marwin Evans, a strong safety.
And that was a great job by Evans getting his pads low and not allowing Jackson to get that front push. But I thought on the previous play they should have reviewed that, because now you go from 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line to 3rd and goal from the 3.5-yard line.
So now you wonder if they've changed their thinking in terms of running the football. They have Henderson and Richardson as the receivers. Stewart, they're going to hand it off. A keeper by Stewart, and he's in for the touchdown. Faked it to Jackson. Stewart takes it himself, and it's 13-0.
And I talked about this early. Stewart's ability to hold that ball into the belly to the last minute, and Dangerous reaching out for it, but he got the ball over the plane before the defender could get to him. Good job by the quarterback making sure that this was a touchdown on 3rd down.
I love his work ethic, student of the game, and a good play fake there, his 4th rushing touchdown. And Brian Polian's bunch really playing their best football at the right time as we near bowl season. Brent Zuzo in for the extra point. And it's 14-0. Polian looking for his 4th straight win. They have a date at San Diego State next. And remember, a West Division title still a possibility should the Aztecs lose to UNLV.
But they've got to take care of business here at Utah State. They're doing well right now. They've got to keep the pressure on. With their ability to run the football, if they get it going in the second half, running that football, they're going to take time off the clock, and that's going to put more pressure on Utah State to start passing the football. And when you do that, you now allow these bookend defensive ends, Ian Sayal and Lenny Jones, to come off that edge and bring pressure. These are 2 guys that love to play against teams that want to pass the football. This is the defensive line from Nevada that comes in with 38 tackles for a loss and 19 of their 21 sacks. So they love to bring pressure. They play behind the offensive line of scrimmage. And if they put Utah State in a position where they have to pass the football, it may be lights out.
Well, Brian Polian has to be pleased with the effort of his bunch. He said specifically, we've been good in the second half the last 3 weeks, but it's kind of old school. Everyone knows what's coming at him when you talk about Nevada in the rushing game, but he's a fiery guy, and he showed that on this drive on the sidelines.
Well, you see the football acumen in Brian Polian. You know, his dad, Bill Polian, you know, the former general manager of the Indianapolis Colts, the guy that made the decision to draft Peyton Manning as opposed to Ryan Leaf. He's a football mind, so he comes from a football pedigree, so he understands the game of football.
Hunter Sharp back to receive this kick from Zuzo. On the return for the Aggies, across the 20, he has a blocker in front, and he breaks free. Sharp to midfield. Hunter Sharp down the sideline. He's gone. Touchdown Aggies. The senior from Palmdale, California, their leading receiver, takes it 96 yards, and that's the boost they needed.
And this was coming. We have seen 2 big kickoff returns by Utah State. If you watch here, watch Sharp. He follows his blocks. He sets up the kicker. He knows the kicker doesn't want to hit him. He high steps out of a would-be tackle, gets to the sideline, and once he does, it's catch me if you can.
And he is not their kickoff returner. A new role for him, and he steps up big time. Big play threat as a receiver, showing he can do it as a returner. Everything had been going wrong here in the first half for Utah State, and they get a big boost from the senior. 14-7 game. Big plays have been the story. Pick 6 for Nevada. Hunter Sharp with an answer. He gets the Aggies on the board. 14-7 Nevada. It's been a mixed bag in terms of special teams for the Aggies. 2 missed field goals, but 3 big kickoff returns, including the latest 96 yards from Hunter Sharp.
And that's how you get back into a ball game. Now there's a lot of momentum on the Utah State sideline, and there are a lot of questions right now for Nevada. Do you want to score? Because you're giving them the best opportunity to score when you kick the ball off to Utah State.
Kennedy Williams had 65 and 33-yard kickoff returns, then the Sharp 96-yarder, and that'll get the home fires burning here. 14-7 as Jake Thompson has it teed up at the 35-yard line. 14-7, Utah State trying to get bowl eligible. Nevada would love to get win number 7 to solidify a trip to a bowl game. They're already bowl eligible. A squib kick. Returned by Nevada across the 26-yard line. And that was Elijah Mitchell. Here's a look at the return by Sharp.
You see Sharp right now. You see his open field ability. Once he gets the football, he makes a couple of play fakes and gets to the outside. And his escapability on arm tackles, you've got to get him down. And once he gets to the sideline, he has the speed to take it to the house.
Tremendous career for Sharp. He was honorable mention all conference last year, led the team with 7 touchdown catches. Now Stewart and company, some confidence after a touchdown drive. They also got a touchdown from their defense. They'll start this series from the 27. Split backs this time. Stewart to throw it. Has Jericho Richardson across the 35 to the 36. Richardson, their leading receiver at 5'11", 190. He's a good yards after catch guy.
What's interesting, now they're starting to pass the ball a little bit. I wonder, because of their success running the football in between the tackles, will that now force Utah State to put more guys in the box and give them more man coverage on the outside? Because you still have to worry about Hassan Henderson at 6'5" against the smaller defensive backs.
8-yard pickup. Stewart has only thrown it 4 times. He's 2 of 4 for 18 yards. They'll run it here off the left side, and that's good enough for a first down. They have showcased Jackson and Butler in this one. That was Jackson, and looks like he's a little bit shy of that first down at the 38. They're going to bring the sticks over.
And it's a good job by the Utah State defensive line being stout at the point of attack. You don't have to get penetration all the time. If you're stout right at the point of attack, you don't give the backs many seams to get through.
That's Ian Tongiai, a sophomore from West Valley City, Utah. He's a defensive lineman this year, a former linebacker. He was in the middle of the play as they bring the sticks across. Wow. You've got the eagle eye. Is that a chain link? It is good enough for a first down.
Now, common sense says you run the football right here. But this is a great time possibly to go with a play-action pass because everybody in the stadium is expecting you to hand the football off.
3-receiver look. Butler is in at the running back spot from the 38-yard line. Under 7 minutes to go first half. And Stewart changing it up at the line of scrimmage. Straight ahead, Butler off the right side, and he navigates the 40, and that's about it. A couple yards on the play. Nick Vigil on the tackle. Vigil is a guy that has carried on the tradition within the family. His older brother, Zach, an All-American linebacker at Utah State. Nick may be even better, and that's saying quite a bit. Number 3 in the nation tackles per game. And now they throw it with Stewart, and it's caught by Richardson, and he's a couple yards short of the first down on that catch.
A nice catch by Stewart in the middle of traffic, catching the football, spinning out of a would-be tackle, and getting positive yards.
3rd and 2. Butler hitting the backfield. That was Fackrell. He faked it to him, though, and he's going to keep it, and he has a first down up to midfield. Stewart fooled a lot of people. Fackrell thought he had the ball carrier, and the keeper gets him a first down.
And he carried that fake out once again very well. He sticks the ball in the belly to the last possible minute and pulls it out. We've seen him do that all afternoon. He does such a good job with that play fake. He faked us out up here in the booth.
And Vigil had to finally run down Stewart, but he picked enough up to move the chains. First down at midfield now. Approaching the 5-minute mark. First down numbers pretty even here in this one. Big plays have been the story. Straight ahead, Butler, nothing doing. He lost a yard back to the 49-yard line. That was Marwin Evans again. He has been all over the place from the safety spot.
And I tell you what, I like what Nick Vigil did on that play. He knocked Tyler Stewart back. I guess he said, okay, you got me on the last play fake. I'm going to make sure you feel it every time. And that's what you have to do with quarterbacks who do play fakes as hard as Stewart does. You've got opportunities to take shots on them and make them feel it a little bit. 2nd and
11 now. Split backs again. Stewart wants to put it up near sideline. Caught by Richardson. Sidesteps one man, and he leans forward near the 45-yard line. That was Fackrell on the play. And they put themselves in 3rd and manageable. This is going to be 3rd and more like 5, so more of a passing down here from the 45.
And will they spread them out with 3 or 4 wides and run the zone read?
One of their top targets is their tight end, Jared Gibson. They'll go 2 receivers to the right side. Stewart looking right sideline. Catch made by Hassan Henderson for a first down to the 31. Vigil on the tackle. This guy, excellent ball skills, and he's a big target, 6'5", 220.
And what they did on that play, they had Don Jackson and Butler in the backfield, so they had to worry about those guys, and the defender is playing way off of Henderson. You cannot play off of him, give him such a cushion when all they need is 5 yards to get the first down. You've got to get up in his face, play press man, bump him off the line of scrimmage. They only had 2 receivers in routes on that play.
13-yard pickup for Henderson. Football now at the 32-yard line. Handoff. Jackson off the left side, and he gets a couple yards inside the 30. Torrey Green, 5th-year senior outside linebacker on the tackle.
And that's the dangers of this offense. Because you have 2 very good runners, a lot of teams will stack that box to stop the run, and you'll get that man coverage on the outside. And because of Henderson's size being such a matchup issue, defensive backs play way off of him to not allow him to get on top of him.
2nd and 8 now. This time Henderson split to the bottom of the screen with that 6'5" frame. Handoff Butler, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. Bounces off the tackler and then dropped for a loss back at the 33. Ricky Alifua was in there, and Vigil as well.
And Vigil does a great job of coming in and cleaning up this play right here. They don't get a lot of push. And you see right there, they knock him back, and once again, Vigil flashes. He's flashed throughout this afternoon on the majority of the big plays the defense has made.
Quick, smart, a junior, has put them in a tough spot here. Nevada's looking at a 3rd and 11. They're in Zuzo field goal range. He has a big leg. Like to get a little more yardage here. They'll hand it off on the run on the slant. It's breaking free. Butler. Butler to the outside. Butler to the pylon. He's in for the touchdown. And the Nevada rushing game is hitting on all cylinders here in the first half. .33 yards for the score.
And it's the perfect play call. Utah State brought the blitz to the right side of the Nevada offense. The play went to the left side, and once Butler got to the outside, he was able to cut it back across the field and get an easy score.
They're going to take a look to see if he was in as he hit the pylon. Here's a close look. Knocked out by Jalen Davis right at the pylon. And they're reviewing this.
And Coach Polian doesn't like it at all, because he's saying the official that was right there made the call for a touchdown, which I think they will give him the touchdown. I don't see anything conclusive enough to overturn this call, and it looked like the ball crossed over the pylon. It's where the ball crosses, not where he is. He's still in bounds. I think the ball crosses over the pylon. Any part of the pylon, if the ball crosses before he goes out of bounds, you know, I think it's called a touchdown, and it looks like the ball crossed at some point the corner front or back corner of the pylon.
If it stands, it's a 33-yard touchdown run. Butler at 54 on the ground. Jackson with 39 so far.
And on that play, it was just a perfect play call. The play was called for the back to go to the left of the offensive line, and Utah State brought the blitz to the right, thinking that they were going to go run the ball to the boundary. They've been running the ball to the boundary this afternoon, running to the short side of the field. They ran it to the wide side. They caught Utah State in a blitz, and then he cut the ball back.
Here's another look at it.
Football is in his right hand. So see, he's not stepping out of bounds. Did he reach the ball over? I just don't see where you can overturn that.
Do you have enough video evidence to overturn that?
From our point of view, from what we see right here, I don't think so. Maybe the officials do. I don't know. It'll be interesting because they have to they have to be able to say without a doubt.
Another angle. Butler going for his 7th rushing touchdown, if that stands. And he's threatening the century mark again in this one. If it is 100 yards rushing, it'd be the 4th straight game he gets there. And they'll continue to take a look at this one. And we're going to get the confirmation here from the referees.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
So Butler's 7th of the season, and Brian Polian's team up 20-7.
And I just don't think they had a way to overturn that call. From the angles that we saw, it looked like he scored. There was no angle to show that he conclusively did not get the ball over the pylon.
Zuzo, the junior from Canton, Michigan, an all-conference candidate for the PAT. 21-7, Nevada. Take away the special teams problems in terms of kick coverage. It's been a pretty dominant effort here from Nevada.
Well, you see right here, the blitz comes from the opposite side, and you see him be able to cut back across the field. And in the open field, he's going to be hard to catch and hard to bring down. Very good job by Butler getting to the end zone. Now, here's the big problem for Nevada. They're kicking the ball off again. They've not been able to stop this Utah State return game. Can they get a play? Because the way Utah State has returned the football, they're going to get very good, they're going to get very good field position for the offense. Now, you've got to be careful. You cannot let them get another big return.
Brian Polian's team really playing their best football, though, at the right time, despite the special teams problems. An overtime win against San Jose State. They marched 75 yards to tie the game at the end of regulation there and then win it in OT. 10-point win over Hawaii. They won at Fresno State by 14. This looks like a bowl team right now. And Utah State, we saw Sharp back there earlier. And they have changed it up. Lawan Hunt back deep along with Kennedy Williams, this time for Utah State. Zuzo's going to punch it forward, a short kick to the 30-yard line, just what you talked about. And here's a big return from Ryan Houston. And that doesn't work either. And Houston takes it down to the Nevada 38-yard line. That's one area that Utah State has mastered, the kick return.
And I like what Houston did. He didn't settle for the fair catch. He didn't settle to just go down. He wanted to get positive yards. That's what you have to do. Take everything that they give you and make the most out of it. Right now, they've got this Nevada kickoff team rattled.
And maybe the next option would be just to kick it out of bounds. Put the ball on the 40-yard line. But right now, Utah State getting excellent field position. They have a touchdown via the kick return, and Chucky Keaton trying to give him a spark here before the break. Not much has gone well for Matt Wells and company here in the first half. Here's a quarterback keeper from Keaton, and down he goes. That was Matthew Lyons, 3-year starter, the senior outside linebacker.
And Utah State tried to use the jet sweep action to get the attention of the defense, but Lyons did a good job staying at home on that play.
Keaton has been picked off once. Myers was picked off to start the game. And we understand Myers is on the sidelines with his arm in a sling. And that is very bad news for Aggies fans here. The sophomore we saw early, and Keaton has taken over for Myers. And they have had numerous injuries with quarterbacks over the last couple seasons.
And Sayal just left the field, so we have to wonder if he's going to be okay and be able to return to this ball game.
2nd and 10 from the 43. Keaton a slant, incomplete, looking for Sharp, overshoots him. And there's a look at Sayal, an important piece as a senior defensive end for Nevada.
And it looks like they're going through concussion protocol with him right now. And he will be a big loss for this defense if he's not able to return.
Arguably the best pass rusher in the Mountain West. 3rd and 10. Pressure coming on Keaton. Steps up, fires, and incomplete through the hands of Sharp near the stick. Kendall Johnson was over there on the coverage. It's 4th down.
That's a good job by Keaton. Good footwork in the pocket, trying to find the open receiver, but a better job by the Nevada defense covering up all of his receivers, not giving him anywhere to go with the football.
It has to be so frustrating for Utah State, a team that averages almost 30 points per game on the year. Their offense has really been bogged down the last couple weeks. Andrew Sellis, the punt returner, standing back at the 10-yard line for Nevada. The punt from Aaron Dalton. He hangs it up there. Gonna be caught at the 2-yard line. A beauty by Dalton as he pins Nevada back deep. So 1:27 to go and a 14-point lead, and Nevada has some timeouts to work with.
But Nevada has to be very careful right here. You don't want to give up a costly turnover. You don't want to give up an easy score to a Utah State ball club right now that's kind of on their heels defensively.
Marwin Evans has had a big game defensively. They have not been able to slow down Nevada rushing the football. 101 yards on the ground here in the first half. Stewart standing in his own end zone. Jackson behind him. Jackson, it's a little bit of breathing room out to the 5-yard line. Vigil pushes him back. You don't want to be too crafty down here near the goal line. And this is a team that's pretty blue collar anyway.
Well, this is where you just run old school football. You give the ball to your back. You let him get as many yards as possible. You let the clock run down. If you're Nevada, you want Utah State to use timeouts. So if they do get the ball back, they don't have a lot of time left, and they don't have a way to stop the clock. This is what you call field position football right here.
Yeah, Utah State will use a timeout here. They have 2 remaining, with just 12 seconds to go. Opting not to call one earlier, and hoping they can get some kind of a miscue here down near the goal line.
And that's a coaching error. You've got to pay attention to the clock. You've got to know what the time is. You've got to know coming into this drive what you want to do. If you want to reserve time on the clock to try and get the ball back to your offense with a short field because they're so deep in their own territory, you've got to be able to watch that clock and know what you want to do.
1:24 to work with. 2nd and 8 from the 5-yard line. And as bad as the first half has been for the Aggies, they're only down 14. This could be a lot worse.
Well, you look at the clock, 1:24 left. If they get 2 more stops, they'll still have over a minute left. They can possibly drive down and try and go for a field goal if they can't get a touchdown.
Stewart hands it off to Jackson, picking his way forward, spins out of 1 tackle, and he's up near the 8-yard line. Marwin Evans again on the tackle. Now it's 3rd down.
And once again, they're bringing that jet sweep action, trying to get the attention of the defense and handing the ball off to the back coming down on a dive play.
And the Aggies will use their 2nd timeout here with 1:18 to go. So you get a stop here, you're going to at least have a chance to put yourself in excellent field position off of a punt with just over a minute to go. The problem with Utah State is their offense has really been disappointing here in the first half. They haven't been able to get anything going.
But their return game has been great this afternoon, and if you force Nevada to punt to you, you now give that return game another opportunity to make a big play for you. So it can all work out for them right now. With what they've done well, they're putting themselves in a position to have another attempt at it.
And if you're Nevada, do you dare go to the air here on 3rd and 5 from your 8-yard line?
If you do, it has to be a vertical pass, so if it is an INT, it's almost like a punt.
Jackson to the left of Stewart on 3rd and 5. They're going to hand it off. Jackson straight ahead, breaks it forward, and he has a 1st down. So they get it done with the run game, and they've done it throughout the course of this first half. They move the chains, and they're out of trouble now down near the goal line.
And watch this offensive line fire off on the defense. You see the offensive lineman getting to the second-level defenders. Jeremy McCauley, the right guard, did a good job of stalking up to the linebacker, allowing for Jackson to follow him up in the hole.
The Union, they call them, the big guys up front. David Moala on that last tackle. And they've done a tremendous job, especially in the run game. 113 yards rushing in the first half now for Nevada. And now they can run down the rest of this first half clock. They'll go on the ground to Jackson, and he is tripped up for a loss. David Moala, who they have been raving about, he has been the MVP up front on the tackle.
Well, he's a hard guy to block. He's very slippery. He almost plays like a former wrestler with his hands, being able to play with the low center of gravity and getting off and shedding those blockers.
He's been at his best against top competition this year. Now Stewart will just take a knee, and the Wolfpack are going to go into the locker room with a 14-point lead. We talked about the running backs, and they've not disappointed here in the first half.
Well, they've been explosive when they needed to be. They've made big plays when opportunities have presented themselves, and that has started to open up the passing game. For Utah State, the special teams has been big, and I think that's something that Nevada will have to approach and look to stop at the half.
Sharp with the score on a kickoff return, but the rushing game. James and Butler have been the story. Nevada by 14 at the break.
You're all excited to book that vacation flight. Plenty of seats to choose from, right? But
Time score. When we come back, we'll take a look at highlights and stats from Logan, Utah. Welcome back to the Capital One Halftime Report. Nevada leading Utah State at the break 21-7 here in Logan. Couple turnovers and the rushing attack, that has equaled success so far for the Wolfpack.
Well, you talk about a Wolfpack ball club that has been very opportunistic. The defenders are not able to get to the quarterbacks, so they're getting up and they're tapping those footballs, getting balls up in the air. And for Utah State, they're making bad passes. You cannot throw the ball against your body running to one side of the field when pressure's coming.
Jordan Dobrich got the scoring started off of a deflection. That gave Nevada their first points in this game.
Well, you talk about off of deflection, you see him being at the right place at the right time, and once he gets possession of the football, it's easy sailing to get the easy touchdown.
Then another interception. Brian Lane picking one off and setting up Stewart for a score.
Well, you see right here, you get to the outside on the kickoff return for Utah State. That's been their only success this afternoon, returning kickoffs.
And the two-headed monster has been good. Jackson and Butler in the rush game for the Wolfpack.
Well, you talk about Butler, Jackson. Butler gets to the outside, breaks across the defense, and once he gets in the open field, you cannot make the tackle on him. I think the thing that's been most impressive about Nevada this afternoon is 6 of 8 on third down, 75% conversion as opposed to Utah State, 1 of 6.
No Kent Myers, out with an injury. That means Chucky Keaton has had to take over as a starting quarterback. What kind of adjustments do you have to make if you're the Aggies?
Well, if you're the Aggies, you've got to settle down. If they make those 2 field goals, they're in this ball game, 1 score and a 2-point conversion down. They've got to get in their kicker's head and tell him, look, we still depend on you. We still believe that you can make those kicks, because it may come down to the kicker making a big play, but you've got to establish the running game. Keaton, he knows he's going to be the guy the entire second half. He brought a little bit of excitement to this offense. He has to continue to play smart. Don't try and make the big play too early. You've got a whole half to try and get back into this ball game.
A lot on the line here. Utah State trying to get bowl eligible. Nevada believes they need to get 7 wins to feel really good about their bowl chances. 21-7, second half coming up.
Larry?
Jesse?
So, you got any big New Year's Eve plans?
Not at all. I'm just going to be sitting at home alone watching the college football playoff all by myself. Just me and the TV, you know.
Oh, hey, Larry. Thanks for the invite. Playoff party at your place.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that.
Party?
Well, yeah, it's less of a party, more of a small get-together.
Hey, Larry. See you at the party.
And John, he's coming.
Wow.
I know. You ever tasted this bean dip, man? Out of this world.
High school, knock him up here. High school.
Hi, would you sign my petition?
Miss, can you sign my petition?
It says, I, Larry Culpepper.
To present the national championship trophy.
The winner of the college football playoff.
I invented the playoff. I should be able to hand out the trophy.
That's my job. Who are you?
Almost got John Saunders to sign it. If I give you a Dr. Pepper, will you sign my petition?
No.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. Come give me 6. Don't spill on it. I can't read that. You're going to have to do it again.
Let's go, knock him up here. Let's go, knock him up here.
21-7, Nevada leading Utah State as we open up the third quarter. That is a shot of Kent Myers, the starting quarterback for Utah State. Coming into this game, arm in a sling. That is not his throwing arm, but out with an injury in the first quarter. Chucky Keaton has played since after an interception thrown by Myers. It was picked off by Dobrich and returned for a touchdown. That's a big loss for this team, a seasoned sophomore who had given them a great arm strength and ability, but now they're relying on a guy that's had 3 knee injuries, a seasoned guy, but who has not had many reps this year in Chucky Keaton.
Well, the one thing I've noticed about Keaton, he's shown great escapability. He's moved around in the pocket, made an error on that throw back across his body. But outside of that, he's done some good things. I think what they have to do now, and they probably did at halftime, is start to cater to the offense and the play calling to Keaton's strengths in the second half. I think if you do that, you put yourselves in a position to get back into this ball game, albeit the defense has to do a better job of getting stops on this Nevada offense that seem to get it going.
Nevada's going to get the football first to start this second half, as Jake Thompson, the junior, has it teed up, the kickoff specialist for the Aggies. And we're underway here, third quarter. 2 missed field goals, and there is a kickoff out of bounds from Thompson. The kicking game has been abysmal in this one for the Aggies.
Not the way you want to start the second half off, giving Nevada very good field position.
So Warren, 2 missed field goals from 29 and 20. Then Thompson kicks it out of bounds. They have done a great job on kick returns. That has kept them within striking distance here. But it's kind of a mixed bag from the special teams department.
If you're Utah State, you want to give your defense as much congratulatory presence as you can as far as when they're able to get stops by Nevada, stopping this Nevada offense. So those field goals bode big for this defense. If they're able to get points on the board, that makes the defense feel good about getting those early stops.
You saw Tyler Stewart's numbers in the first half. The junior from Simi Valley, California, will start at the 35-yard line. They'll go split backs this time. 2 receivers left. The pistol look. Hand off to Butler running right. Butler tries to turn it upfield, and he's turned back as he gets it just shy of the 40-yard line. Butler, a big first half. The touchdown run, and now 59 yards on the ground. Nick Vigil and Jalen Davis combine on that stop.
And because of this Nevada rushing attack, this becomes a game of possessions in the second half. So every possession is going to count right now. For Utah State, you've got to get a stop. You need to get your offense back on the field.
2nd and 5 from the 40. Butler again, right up the gut, and he breaks one. James Butler's going to go the distance. Touchdown, Nevada. $60 yards, and what a way to open up the second half.
And if you watch the defense on the pre-snap, they're doing a lot of shifting, and it looked like they shifted themselves right out of the play. And Butler saw the scene and got north and south and was gone. There was no catching him. There was nobody to touch him. He didn't see a defender until he got to the third level of the defense.
They take pride in playing their best football second half, and they have come out on fire to open up this third quarter. 8th rushing touchdown for Butler, 2nd in this game, and the extra point is blocked. So it's 27-7 now here at the outset, third quarter. But Butler with 33 and 60-yard touchdown runs.
You see Butler, he gets going. He doesn't see a defender till he gets to the third level of the defense, and that's because they did a lot of pre-snap shifting. And when you do that, you allow the offensive line to see where you're trying to get to. They did 2 pre-snap shifts on that play. So they were in one place, they shifted over to the left, to the right, and they shifted back to the left. And if you watch those offensive linemen, they just took those guys where they were, and Butler, as good as he is, will find the seam, and he saw the seam and immediately got going.
10 carries, 119 yards, and a couple touchdowns. David Mawala, the guy that blocked that extra point, the nose guard for Utah State, but the damage done to open up this third quarter. Nevada really playing some good football here, and it's all on their running game. That was Mawala's second blocked kick, but not a lot going right for the Aggies in this one.
Now let's see what adjustments they've made at the half on this kickoff team, because they have not done a good job at all, Nevada, stopping the return game for Utah State.
Brent Zuzo, that was the first extra point he has not put through the uprights, as he had it blocked and hit 34 straight prior to that one. And he'll kick this one away, and that one will reach the end zone and a touchback, and the Aggies will have it at the 25-yard line. All right, what do you do if you're Utah State? 78 yards of total offense heading into this third quarter.
Well, you've got to get points on the board, and you've got to get points on the board fast. You're 3 scores down. You're 3 scores away from taking, a 1-point lead, but right now you've got to settle down. You've got to figure out what's working. You've got to look at the first half and see where you've got positive plays, and you've got to get the ball to your playmakers in open space and allow them to make plays. You cannot take your foot off the pedal right now. You can't be conservative.
It's all on the school record holder now, Chucky Keeton, the 5th-year senior. He's going to roll out off the play fake on first down, trying to buy some time and just throws it away. Nothing available on the near side. Turnovers have been a big story in this one. Jordan Dobrich got it started. A deflection and a pick 6 for Nevada.
Well, Lenny Jones did a good job getting his hand up in the air and tipping that ball up. And Dobrich, once he gets his hands on it, he gets to the end zone for the easy score. And we talked about it. Chucky Keeton throwing the ball against his body for the other interception by Utah State, trying to make a play.
And that was Lane Jr. that picked one off that led to another score. And Ian Seau is back on the field now for Nevada. And Keeton in trouble, and down he goes. And that was Rakeem Yates, the 5th-year senior tackle, that got in there, and it looked like he was unprotected on his way to the quarterback.
Well, Yates plays out of a 4-point stance, kind of old schoolish, and he's had such a low center of gravity. You see him right there. There's a missed assignment. The center, Austin Stevens, didn't drop his back foot and get leverage to get him blocked, and that's what happens. And right now, you're going to see this defensive line key on Chucky Keeton, because they know he has to pass the football.
And now on third down, Keaton's going to tuck it and try to run for the first down near the stick, and he's close. Great individual effort from Chucky Keeton, and he picks up the first down.
And I don't know why defenders always go for the play fake. When the quarterback has broken the pocket and gotten past the line of scrimmage and fakes to throw the football, the defenders jump up in the air. He's past the line of scrimmage. Guys, you've got to know where the line of scrimmage is. He's not going to throw the football. But a very good job by Keeton doing whatever he can to get that first down.
Keeps the drive alive. They were 1 of 6 on third downs before that conversion. First down now at the 36. Incredible career for Keeton in a tough spot here. Now we have a penalty flag. Movement up front.
False start. 65. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's Austin Albrecht, the left tackle.
You have to wonder, with this pass rush coming, did Albrecht kind of, jump the gun on that play? Because you've got Seau and you've got Lenny Jones, and he's got Seau covering him up right now, and we know what Seau brings off that edge.
1st and 15 now. Football back at the 31-yard line. Hand off Devontae Mays right up the gut, and Mays gets that yardage back and then some. Up to the 39, pickup of 8. Fatuala on the tackle. This is a lot on Chucky Keeton for us. This is a guy that has been the big reason why they're on a school record 4 straight bowl game streak, but Just does not have the reps after getting injured at Washington.
But as a senior, these are the opportunities that you look for. You know, he gets an opportunity again to be the leader of this ball club.
Here he is on a play fake, looking for Sharp, and it was broken up. Elijah Moody, the redshirt freshman, the fans wanted contact there, but he got there right as the ball got there.
And I tell you what, if this is not interference, this is one of the greatest defensive back plays that I've seen in a long time. He gets there right when the ball gets there. That is a great play, great non-call. He got there right on time.
Long Beach, California product. His dad played football at Idaho, and he backs up Mitchell at that cornerback spot this season. 3rd down. Rushing 4. Keaton standing in there. Backside pressure, has it stripped, picks it up on the run. Keaton again diving forward and close to the 1st down. That is 2 sensational individual efforts, and I think he may have picked it up.
And you talk about a scrappy play. Keaton never panicked. The ball is knocked out of his hands. He tries to climb the pocket, but you see the pass rush. They knock the ball out of his hands. He picks it up, and he gets up the field.
And that was Sayal that stripped it, and the ball bounced right back to him. And they're going to measure, I believe here, it's just shy of the 46-yard line. And you talked about it. This is the moment the seniors relish. It's not an easy situation down 20, but it's a guy you want out there. And he's just short.
And you have to wonder if you're Coach Wells, if you challenge this play. I mean, what do you have to lose right now? Challenge the play, challenge the spot of the ball.
Couple chain links shy. And it's 4th down. And they can't let this game get away from them. They have any chance here, they'll have to convert here on 4th and short.
That's why I say possibly challenge. You have nothing to lose. You're down 3 scores right now. If you don't get this 1st down, you give Nevada great field position.
2 of 8 on 3rd downs. This is 4th down and less than half a yard.
And this is where, as an offensive lineman, you take upon yourself to accept the challenge.
And a direct snap to Nick Vigil, and he picks up the 1st down across midfield and to the Nevada 47. Well, Vigil, an important piece as well. A junior, has done a great job on both sides of the ball.
And you know what I like about Vigil running the football? He has vision. A lot of times when you see defenders in the backfield, they just run to a spot. He has vision. He finds the hole and gets positive yards. He doesn't just run up the back of one of his offensive linemen.
Keaton back on now. Fresh set of downs at the 47. Steps up, deep ball, far sideline. And it is incomplete. Some contact over there, no flags, as he was looking for Sharp near the pylon.
And the defender never turned around to locate the football. I'm surprised they didn't get the call on that play. Often when a defender doesn't turn around, watch, Muhammad never turns around to locate the football. He runs facing the offensive player. And I think right there you can call interference on that play because he got his body into the offensive player.
Muhammad, a redshirt freshman. 2nd down and 10 at the 47. Keaton, screen pass into the hands of Lawan Hunt, and Hunt takes it inside the 38, and he's close to the 1st down. The first we've called of Hunt, the sophomore running back. Jordan Dobrich on the tackle.
And Hunt is just as effective running the football, catching the football out of the backfield. Came into this ball game with 20 receptions. That's what you have to do if you're Utah State. Get the ball to your athletes in space.
And they'll fake it to Hunt this time. Keaton will keep it, has a 1st down, and he's to the Wolfpack 33-yard line. You cannot talk enough about Chucky Keaton and the great heart that he has. Rakeem Yates on the tackle.
And you said it right there, Trey. Heart and determination. Whether they win this ball game or not, you've got to feel good for the kid, Chucky Keaton, getting another opportunity to go out and lead his guys.
And obviously, you always have concern with several knee injuries. They felt like he wasn't the same guy when they used him at New Mexico, looking more like the old Chucky Keaton now. Pump fake, throws it to the sideline, catch made by Robinson, and he's out of bounds and has a 1st down inside the 20-yard line.
That was a great decision by Keaton. He went with the pump fake. He wanted to go to Hunter Sharp down the field, but Sharp was covered by 2 defenders, and he went back outside to his wide receiver, Robinson, and that's what you have to do. When your guy's covered, you go back to the guy that's open. He wanted to get the big play, but Hunter Sharp was bracketed. He had a safety over the top, a cornerback underneath. Good job by Keaton.
And Robinson, explosive speed, and he turns it into a big gain. First down out to 17. Mays is back in at running back. Pressure coming. Goes far sideline and overshoots Robinson this time. And you can see a little bit more confidence now from Keaton. And he's emphatic now with a lot of things he's doing out there.
And one thing I think Utah State should look at is some crossing routes right now. They know that Nevada's bringing that pass rush. They're getting bracket coverage on the outside on Sharp because of his ability to get on the top of the defense. Some of these underneath routes may be open.
4-receiver look, couple slot receivers here. Keaton's going to swing it out of the backfield to Lawan Hunt. Hunt makes a man miss, has a first down as he's near the 5-yard line. Jordan Dobrich on the tackle. And all of a sudden they've opened up the passing game and they're spreading out the wealth to a lot of people.
What they did on that play with Hunt, they got him the ball in the open field and allowed him to make a play. You see the lead block on the outside and Hunt's able to cut it back across the grain and get positive yards.
2 catches, 20 yards for Hunt, the sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, and it's 1st and goal for Utah State. A lot of work to do for Matt Wells' staff, down 20, but they're knocking on the door. Fake kid to Mays, and Mays is in. Unmolested for the score. Looked like a little misdirection there, and Mays has a touchdown, and it's 27-13.
And if you look at that play, it was designed to go behind the left guard, Tyshawn Mosley, but Mays plants that right foot and gets to the outside, and it's a race to the edge, and he gets there before the defender does. Great job by Mays, knowing where to go with the football and getting the score and putting Utah on the board now with hopefully will be 14 points.
So the Aggies get a special teams touchdown and finally their first offensive touchdown here in the second half. A flag is down as Warren's extra point goes through the uprights, but hold on.
Offsides, number 3, defense. That penalty's declined. Try is good.
So it's a 27-14 game, an important drive by Utah State, and they cash in. 9:05 to go, third quarter. Wolfpack lead is 13. A 14-play, 75-yard drive for Utah State to draw within 13. The Wolfpack leading the Aggies here. An important game for both teams. Utah State has been to 4 straight bowl games. That's in jeopardy. They need to get a win to get bowl eligible. Nevada, 9 of the last 10 years they've gone to a bowl. Looking for win number 7 to solidify their chances. That was an impressive drive, and Chucky Keaton kept it alive with his feet.
Well, I love his heart and his intensity. He never gave up on any play, even when it looked like the play was dead on the strip. As he was back to pass the ball, he didn't panic. He picked the ball up and actually got them very close to the first down. And enough cannot be said about Nick Vigil and his ability to run the football, who we just found out was an MVP running back in high school.
Yeah, and has been great on both sides of the ball. Jake Thompson's kick returned by Elijah Mitchell, a good return across the 35, and the kick return teams have been good on both sides, and it'll be good field position for the Wolfpack. Well, if you're the Aggies, the concern right now is how do you slow down James Butler? 119 yards and a couple touchdowns.
Well, you've got to stack the box now. You've got to bring your safeties up, and you've got to depend on your defensive backs to be able to cover those receivers on the outside.
There's Hassan Henderson, the top target for Nevada. Big target, split out bottom of the screen. The 2 backs, Butler and Jackson next to Stewart. They'll hand it off to Butler, and he's hit right away. In the backfield, that's Marwin Evans, and Evans has been the MVP. He has been everywhere defensively at his safety spot.
Here's the safety comes into this ball game with 6.5 tackles for loss. He does a good job of getting around the back's legs and bringing them down. These backs are short and stout. You cannot try and arm tackle them. You've got to get to their lower body to get them down.
The book on Evans is he likes to hit. That's pretty obvious as he laid one on right there. 2nd and 10. Stewart drops back to throw. Pressure coming, fires it, and over the head of Jericho Richardson near the midfield stripe. Now it's 3rd and long. Hayes on the coverage.
And Moala got pressure on Stewart. That's what you have to do. You cannot allow Stewart to get comfortable in the backfield. Bring pressure. Bring someone in his face. Make him throw the ball prematurely. This is a big, big third down. This looks like a passing down. Now, if you're getting man coverage on the outside, you've got to bump these receivers off the line of scrimmage. Don't give them a free release.
They're 6 of 8 on third downs. This is where the Aggies are tough defensively. They're bringing 5. Stewart in trouble, and he has to get rid of the football. The pass rush effective there. The Aggies do their job.
And that was a great job by the pass rush because Henderson had beaten this man off the line of scrimmage. But you see them, I love the way they ran through James Butler. You gotta hunker down, Butler, if you're gonna try and block one of these linebackers coming off the edge. You can't just run up there all nice and pretty. Butler paid for it on that play. I'm sure the coach is going to talk to him about that in film study. You got to get your feet wide. You've got to hunker down because these guys are coming off that edge.
And that was Nick Vigil that was coming in a hurry. As Alex Boy is set to punt it, Rodriguez waiting on the punt. It's a low liner, returnable. He's got it at the 25. Rodriguez near side 35 and out of bounds. A flag is thrown as he goes out at the 42-yard line. 8:06 to go, third quarter, and a little momentum on Utah State side here. They'll sort out the penalty flag.
During the return, holding, number 27, return team. 10-yard penalty, the spot of the foul. Utah State keeps the ball. First down, timeout.
So they will back him up. Jontrell Rockamore, the guilty party. Matt Wells' team within 13. Got the football back. Back in Logan, Utah, 27-14 lead for Nevada. Wolfpack scored first to open up this third quarter, but an Aggies answer. Devontae Mays, a touchdown run on the last drive as they went 14 plays, 75 yards. Now after the punt, Utah State has it back. They'll start this series from the 32-yard line. Chucky Keaton, 9 of 19 through the air, 70 yards. They'll run it with Sharp on the edge, and a nice gain close to a first down at the 41-yard line. Lenny Jones bumps him out of bounds. Sharp is a big play guy every time he touches the football.
And I like what they're doing with Sharp. They're getting him the ball on the move, and Sharp is able to make plays in the open field. That's what you have to do. They're bracketing Sharp when he goes out and on routes, so they're getting him the ball in the open field.
And now to the outside, a first down pickup near midfield.
And although Keaton hadn't played a lot this season, he has a really good grasp of the offense. He knows where he wants to go with the football, and they seem to be in a very good comfort level right now.
And that was Kennedy Williams that time, so they get the receivers involved. And first down, carry to the 49-yard line.
And short, quick passes nullifies this pass rush from Nevada.
3-receiver look this time. Mays is in at the running back spot from the Nevada side of the field. Play fake. Keaton to the sideline. Catch made, and near the first down stick. Hauled in by Sharp. Muhammad on the coverage.
And you're starting to see the effects on the Nevada defensive line. They're not getting as much pressure because it was a 3-and-out for the offense, and Keaton is doing a good job of finding the one-on-one coverage.
And he's starting to get into a rhythm now as Mays carries that one down to the 37. Remember, Chucky Keaton, 50-year senior, injured this year, not a lot of reps. His last game was at Washington. This is a guy a part of a 10-win team last year, 9 wins the year before. Utah State won 11 back in 2012. Keaton's been a big part of the success story here at Utah State, and he's starting to round into old Chucky Keaton form here. First down at the 37. Handoff right side. Mays breaks it up the middle. Mays bounces off a tackler to the outside. Devontae Mays to the pylon. They're going to mark him out of bounds just shy of the goal line.
And although he didn't score, that's got to be a candidate for top 10 plays of the week. Did you see the way he bounced off and spinned off a would-be tackler? The balance that he showed on that play, and then he danced the defender out of his shoes. Right here, he spins off, keeps his balance, and watch how he dances number 3 out of his shoes. Oh, goodness, that has to be a top 10 candidate right there.
36-yard run. And there's the fake you talked about.
And Muhammad right now is still trying to find himself. He got shook out of his shoes in the open field.
And Damian Baber, in the meantime, the freshman free safety, injured at the 25-yard line. Injury timeout here with the Aggies knocking on the door. We'll take a break. Utah State trying to make this a one-score game. Devontae Mays, 78 yards on the ground. A big 36-yard run. It was a beauty.
And ladies and gentlemen, watch Mays on this play. You see great strength, a willing not to go down, balance, and then right here, he makes Muhammad go to the sideline. He's got to get a new spat job on his ankles after getting jocked and faked out like he did on that play.
And on 1st and goal from the 2, they go straight ahead. Touchdown Mays. Nobody there. They crossed him up, and he made that look easy. And we have a one-score game here midway through the 3rd quarter. A great response from Matt Wells' bunch.
And what's interesting is Nevada looks like the tired ball club right now. You look at Utah State, all of the energy seems to be on their sideline. That was an easy walk-in score for Mays. And when we came into this ball game, Coach Polian talked about Nevada, and what they like to do is wear teams down. Well, it looks like they're the worn-down team right now.
It's a great point. That's something that both teams take a lot of pride in. Is second-half play as Warren makes it a 27-21 game here with 6:25 to go 3rd quarter. A couple Mays touchdown runs capping off drives. That one 68 yards. The previous drive 75 yards. It looked like Brian Polian's team was going to run away and hide. Quite a response from the home team.
Well, what you're seeing from a Utah State ball club is a team that's hungry to put themselves in a position to get a bowl bid. A team that understands tomorrow's not promised. We have to take care of business today. We can't put ourselves in a position where we have to have a must-win next week against an opponent, an in-state rival. We want to win this ball game, and they haven't given up. And I like the way that Keaton has come in and energized this ball club. We talked about the senior. We talked about all the setbacks with the injuries, the various injuries he's had with his legs. But his legs have been key to them getting back into this ball game. Not as much his arm, but his legs and his ability to get outside the pocket and move around with the football.
And there's also something special about this team here at this stadium. 13-game home winning streak, 3rd longest in FBS, 4-0 this season. They just believe they're going to find a way to get it done here. They had the big win over Boise State here, 52-26. That maybe gave them a little bit of false confidence. They turned over the Broncos 8 times in that one, but they're a different team here at Maverick Stadium. And that kickoff past Mitchell through the end zone, and Nevada will have it on the touchback at the 25-yard line.
And in the second half, it's been the fact roll and visual show for Utah State on defense. These guys came into this ball game in the last 7 ball games, 131 tackles, 5 sacks, 16.5 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, 5 fumble recoveries. These guys have played supreme defensive football the second half of the season, and you see it right now in the second half of this ball game. Can they come up with another 3 and out and get their offense back on the field against a tired Nevada defense?
Let's look at Vigil. Their leading tackler, 118 on the season coming in. Stewart and company from the 25. They'll try to run it up the gut. Nothing doing. As they stack that one up, and you got to think that now you want to force Nevada to throw the football.
But you have to be careful. If you force Nevada to throw the football, your defensive backs have got to make sure that Hassan Henderson is not able to get off. We've talked about that mismatch throughout this afternoon. They haven't been able to go to it yet, but he's getting man coverage on the outside without help over the top. The defensive back has to bump him off the line of scrimmage. Don't give him a free release.
Couple tight ends on offense here on this play as Stewart looks to throw it near sideline, and he overshoots Henderson. And now it's 3rd and long. But this is where the Aggies are at their best, when they can pin their ears back and come after them with their great pass rush. They've got them where they want them now, 3rd and 10.
And right now they've got Nevada second-guessing themselves they come into this game as a run-oriented team. They're passing the ball when they're used to running it, even if it's 2nd and 10. So they're out of context with what they're used to doing.
22 sacks as a team coming in for Utah State. And be aware where Fackrell is, number 9. Vigil also showing blitz. They're coming. Stewart over the middle and incomplete. Intended for Henderson, too tall with that one, 4th down.
And you saw Henderson frustrated. You see him shaking his arms coming off the field. Henderson was double covered. They had coverage underneath and coverage over the top. That's what you have to do. You can't allow him to get man coverage on the outside. You see the safety coming across, and I think that affected where Tyler Stewart wanted to go with the football. Really good job by Utah State on that defensive series.
And now Hunter Sharp, who already has a 96-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, back at the 34 for the Aggies. Alex Boyd gets the punt away for the 15. Kicks it near side. Sharp fields it at the 37. Makes a man miss. He's up to the 47. And down he goes there again. Excellent field position for the Aggies with 5:22 to go, 3rd quarter. Momentum has shifted considerably. It was 27-7 early stages 3rd quarter, and the Aggies have Big Mo on their side now.
Well, right now, you look at this Nevada defense, that's 2 straight 3-and-outs. This defense is tired. They just get off the field. They're coming back on the field. You see guys looking over to the sideline to get the play call from the coaching staff. If you're Utah State, you don't have to get it all right now. You're 1 score down from taking the lead. Take your time right now. Do what you've been doing this entire 2nd half. Get the ball to your playmakers in the open field and allow them to make plays.
Chucky Keaton now 12 of 22, 98 yards. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Sets up, fires it. It's caught, and a big hit put on the receiver, and a flag comes in. It was caught by Rodriguez, and he took a pop from Aswani Rufus, their leading tackler, and a flag comes in after the catch.
And he may be out of this ball game because that was a hit on a defenseless player, and he launched himself and led with the crown of his helmet. I would not be shocked if he's kicked out of this ball game.
Well, how did Rodriguez hang on for us? That was quite a catch.
I'm just glad that he was able to get up. I don't think he made the catch. I think he let go of the football. They're discussing right now. It looked like he launched himself, though, with the crown of his helmet.
Personal foul. Targeting. Number 2. Defense. The previous play is under further review.
They'll review it on Aswani Rufus, a redshirt freshman from Bakersfield, California. Here it is.
And let's see. It looked like he launched himself into the receiver. Well, he led with his shoulder. I thought it was the crown of his helmet, but he led with his shoulder. Honestly, that looks like a clean play to me. Live, it looked dirty, but when you look at it on the replay, that looks like a clean play. Yeah. He led with the shoulder, and he hit him in the shoulder, but because the receiver's head snapped back, it looked like he led with the crown of his helmet.
You're saying shoulder first, then the helmet contact after he led with the shoulder.
Yeah, but he didn't go up with intent to hurt the receiver or lead with the crown of his helmet. And that's what Coach Polian is talking about right now to the officials. It almost looks like they should overturn this penalty because he led with his shoulder, and he hit him in his shoulder pad, and the head of the receiver snapped back because of the force of the receiver coming one way and the defender going the separate way. See right here, watch, he leads with the shoulder, and he hits him in the shoulder and in the chest. He doesn't hit him in the helmet at all. I think it's a great defensive play. I don't think it's a bad play at all. And it's not a defenseless receiver because he's going for the ball, and the ball is right there. So, the receiver can see him. So, I initially live, it looked like it was a hit against a defenseless receiver leading with the crown of his helmet. But when you look at it on the replay, I don't think so. You see the head snap back from the receiver? I wouldn't be surprised if they picked this flag up.
Well, they're taking every opportunity to get every angle and every look at this one here with 5:14 to go, 3rd quarter. Keaton to Rodriguez. The hit. The ball did come free.
Looks like a clean play to me. Great adjustment by Rodriguez to get his hands on that football.
Thought for a moment he was going to hang on, but he did lose it. Now for the force of that hit. And this is a big call here. I mean, you could have a penalty that would put them inside the 40-yard line. All the momentum on Utah State's side. They just want to keep the train rolling here. They want to, you know, then this could do that.
It just looks like a real good football play to me. Nothing dirty about it. No intent to hurt the other player. I think Rufus made a really good play on the football.
Rufus has had a big season. He's number 2 among freshmen in the Mountain West Conference in tackles, with 74 coming in, 43 of those unassisted.
Well, when you're the strong safety and you lead your team in tackles, that lets you know you come up and you make plays. And he's not afraid to get his head, stick his head in there.
Here we go.
After review, there is no foul for targeting. Second down.
And that's exactly what I thought. He led with his shoulder. He did not launch leading with the crown of his helmet, and he led with his shoulder to hit the football. The receiver's head snapped back so live it looked like he led with the crown of his helmet and hit the receiver in his helmet. Really good call by the officials, and I'm glad they took the time to go back and review that.
Well, that's one of those plays that you need to see the replay of it to really understand what happened there. So it's 2nd and 10 now at the 49 for Utah State. Keaton will send 3 receivers to the left, and now in motion, a receiver right. He looks left side. It's through the hands of Sharp and incomplete. It's now 3rd and 10. Tried to climb the ladder and get that one. That would have been quite a play. Mitchell on the coverage.
And Keaton put a lot on that football, and Sharp had to try and go up and get it. Just take a little bit off of it. Sharp was open. You see right here, Sharp has to go up and try and make a play on the football, and the defender gets under Sharp and doesn't allow him to come down comfortably.
3rd and 10. Sharp's your top target. Do you look for him again here?
I think you've got Robinson and Rodriguez again.
From the 49, rushing 4, Keaton under duress, and he has to get rid of the football, and he throws it up for grabs, and it's almost intercepted. Faremo was in there, and Fatu Ala almost had an interception. It's 4th down.
And Keaton looks like he got shaken up on that play. Let's hope he's okay. But that pass rush that we talked about earlier, they bring forward, they do a stunt, and the defensive tackle comes around the edge and is able to get pressure on Keaton and not allow him to set his feet.
Salese Faremo, the junior, the nose tackle, was in there to put a pop on him. 4th down, and Dalton will try to pin Nevada back. Gets the kick away from his 38, a wobbler. Fair catch called for and made at the 18-yard line. And that's where Nevada will have it. So the Wolfpack get a much-needed stop. All the momentum was on the side of Utah State here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, if you're Utah State defense, you found a remedy for this running attack. Can you keep the pressure on Tyler Stewart? Can you keep clogging up that middle and not allowing Don Jackson and James Butler to get that running game going again? And can you be careful on the outside and not allow Hassan Henderson and Jericho Richardson to get going with the passing game?
So after the Andrew Sellis fair catch, they start this series from the 18-yard line. Stewart with Butler behind him. Here's number 20 on the carry to the right side. Can't get to the outside as the Aggies were there. Fackrell, and he got a lot of help from his teammates. John Taylor, the defensive end, was there.
And Torrey Green did a good job on that play, the outside linebacker getting up the field and not allowing Butler to get to the edge. You see right there, Torrey Green pressing up the field, and once Butler tried to cut it back, all the pursuit was there to bring him down.
There's a look at Fackrell, the guy we talked about in the open, a difference maker. He can change the game in one play. Butler, hemmed in, escapes the tackle. A couple tacklers, and he makes something positive out of the play. It looked like he was dead to rights. Jordan Nielsen was in the backfield, and he somehow got away from him.
But once again, penetration by this Utah State defense. This defensive line and these linebackers are getting up the field and not allowing for Butler and Jackson to find lanes. Butler almost makes a great play cutting it back. But once again, this defense is doing a very good job in the second half, led by Vigil.
3rd and 5. The tight end, Gibson, shifts in motion. Stewart. Deep drop, in trouble. Green's got him, and he sacks him back at the 8-yard line. Torrey Green, the 5th-year senior, with a big sack.
And Vigil and Fackrell made the play because the quarterback, Stewart, wanted to go to the short pass. They curled back and covered the receiver, and Torrey Green gets in and makes the sack. Those are guys working together, recognizing what Nevada wanted to do on that play, playing their keys, and Torrey Green does a good job of getting Stewart and making the tackle and getting the sack.
His 4th sack this season. He excels against the pass, and he forces a punt from Alex Boy now, who stands deep in his own end zone. Rodriguez standing back near midfield. Boy hangs it up there. It's fumbled by Rodriguez, and Nevada has it. The Wolfpack jump on it, and they recover it near midfield. So Nevada gets another turnover, as that was Randy Uzoma recovering it for the Wolfpack, and turnovers have been so costly to the Aggies in this one.
And you've got to squeeze the football. You can't let it get to your body. You've got to squeeze that football. Rodriguez let the ball get to his chest and roll down. Big play for Nevada. Now, if you're Utah State's defense, continue to do what you did these last 3 drives where you got 3 and outs. Bring pressure up the field.
Uzoma, a big play on special teams. First down at the 46-yard line. Stewart hands it right up the gut. Jackson breaks it for a first down, and he's down to the 42-yard line. Deshane Hines, the corner, on the tackle.
And this has been a game of momentum, and you see now the momentum has shifted back to Nevada. You see they finally get something going with that running game with Don Jackson. He gets up the middle of this defense, the heart of this defense. He gets to the outside to get another first down for Nevada.
62 yards on the ground for Jackson now on 16 carries. 3 costly turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble on a punt return for Utah State, and that has been the difference in this game. From the 41, play fake, end around fake. Throwing it is Stewart, and he delivers a strike. It's hauled in by Wyatt Demps, the sophomore, and he picks up 7 on the play.
And that play had a lot of moving parts. Good job by Utah State's defenders to stay at home, stay on your man, not come flying up and try and make the big play. You see right here, a lot of moving parts, a lot of faking going on, but Utah State defenders do a good job of staying at home.
2nd and 3 now after Demps, the sophomore, makes that grab. In motion is Richardson. Handoff, Jackson between the tackles, and he has a first down inside the 30-yard line. You know, when they throw the ball and do the end around stuff, it's all to set up the run game. They're doing everything to set up Jackson and Butler, and they've been so effective.
Well, the one thing that Utah State's defense was doing early in this quarter is getting penetration up the field. Before that fumble at muff punt return, they had great pressure in the middle of this offensive line, not allowing the running game to get going, because if you watch the way Nevada runs the ball, they like to run in between the guards.
Jackson remains as the running back. He has 66 yards. Butler has 123, his teammate back there, and there's a flag thrown as Jackson takes it off the left side and down to the 26-yard line.
And Mwala was held on that play. Great job by him getting penetration.
Holding, number 62, offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
It's Nathan Goldtree, the junior center.
And watch 51 Mwala. He gets up the field penetration, and the center grabs him and basically wrestles him down. And that's what you have to do. You get penetration, and you make those backs try and find a hole. That's where they've been most successful with their defensive pressure. Utah State is getting pressure up the field, pushing those linemen back, being stout at the point of attack.
1st and 20 now at the 40 for the Aggies, or for the Wolfpack, with 3 receivers split left this time for Stewart. Straight ahead Jackson, 2 yards, maybe 3, down to the 37, and that could be the final play of this third quarter. Ian Tongiai, the sophomore defensive end, on the stop. Well, it's had a game with a lot of shifts in momentum. It looked like it would be all Nevada up 27-7 at the start of this quarter, but Utah State has battled back, and we've got a 6-point game as we head to the fourth quarter. Brian Polian's team looking for another score. 1 quarter to go from Logan. Both these teams hoping a bowl is in the cards. It's been a good one so far. We're ready for the fourth quarter in Logan. Here's what's at stake for Nevada. They need a win here tonight and a win at San Diego State, and hopeful of a San Diego State loss tonight to UNLV. That would give them the division title in the West Division and get them in the championship game. Meanwhile, in the Mountain, Utah State just looking for bowl eligibility. Air Force needs a New Mexico loss, and they'll win that division. As we start the fourth quarter on 2nd and 17, nothing doing as Jordan Nielsen shuts down the play. It's 3rd down and 16 coming up here for Nevada.
And for Utah State, they not only put themselves in a position to get a bowl bid with a win, but they'll also play spoiler for Nevada if they win this ball game, because then they take them out of contention for winning the Mountain West Division.
Stewart with 3 receivers left from the 37-yard line. Pressure coming. Fires it into coverage and incomplete, and getting a hand on that was Richardson, but he couldn't come up with it. 4th down.
And I've been really impressed with this Utah State defense in the second half. When we went to halftime, it looked like Nevada was going to run away with this ball game because they were running the ball consistently. Both of their backs had started to get off. And then in the second half, their first series, they ran the ball well. But this defense has buckled down and found a way to slow down and virtually stop this Nevada offense.
Alex Boyd to punt it, end over end, calling for the fair catch Rodriguez, and he makes it to the 6-yard line for Utah State. Keaton playing with a lot of confidence. That is obvious. After the first half, he looked rattled and unsure of himself. He has found some of the old magic that made him such a great player here. And Brian Polian, you know, trying to find that momentum, trying to get it back is not an easy thing, especially on the road. Utah State has had a couple long drives of 75 and 68 yards. Mays capping both of them off with touchdowns.
Well, Mays virtually walked in for the easy score on that play, and here he plants that right foot and gets to the outside and beats the defender to the edge and get another touchdown. Now, what Utah State has to be careful of right now is not being sloppy with the football.
And here's Mays, and a nice gain. He's taken down by Patrick Chowda. Looked like he would break that for a big gainer. Still picks up 5 on the play.
And Mays was a shoestring tackle away from getting to the outside where there were no defenders.
12 carries, 80 yards, the couple touchdowns you just saw so far from Devontae Mays. Keaton is 12 for 25 through the air, 98 yards. 2nd and 6. Chucky's going to hand it off to Mays again. Spins away from a tackler and close to a 1st down. That was a nifty move from the junior right there. And he's a little bit shaken up. And actually, it is Salesa for Ramo shaken up. Now it's Mays shaken up after the run.
And you see Mays making cuts in the hole and getting as many positive yards as he can. I thought Mays was a little shaken up on the previous play when he got tackled on that ankle tackle. He was gimpy a little bit going back to the huddle. He seems to be holding his arm right here. Hopefully he'll be okay and be able to get back into this ball game.
It's a 3rd and 1 now for the Aggies. They're going to split Keaton out now. They're going to go direct snap here. Vigil on the backfield takes the snap. Straight ahead, and he leans forward and is close to the 1st down. They have done that 4 times here in this game, the direct snap to Vigil, and he's been effective. And they're going to have to bring the sticks out for this one.
This is a big measurement right here. You see the running back ability by Vigil. The hole is not where he initially wants it. He gets to the outside. And one thing I like, he puts his right hand down and tries to fall forward and get the ball as much forward as he can.
Not by much, but they got it. First down. Vigil last year has only started running back, had 51 yards on the ground against UNLV, showing he's very capable and he moves the sticks. Now this could set up for quite a finish here for us. This game looked like it would be all Nevada, 27-7 at the start of the third quarter.
And we talked about the missed kicks by the Utah State kicker being big, but now the missed extra point by Nevada may turn out to be the difference in this ballgame.
And that was a block by David Mwala, and here's a keeper from Chucky Keaton, and he gets out of bounds at the 22-yard line, picks up 4. Patrick Chowda ran him out.
And once again, what's been most impressive about Keaton is his ability to break the pocket, get to the outside, get positive yards. He's shown some very good decision-making this afternoon.
Chucky, fifth-year senior from Houston. MCL sprain at Washington. Kent Myers took over. Myers injured today. His left arm in a sling right now. It's been Keaton's game. 2nd and 6. Fires to the sideline. Sharp the catch. Sharp has a first down. And he's up to the 32-yard line. There's your playmaker coming in. 112 career catches. Rufus on the tackle.
And a good job by Keaton not putting too much on the football, allowing Sharp to catch the ball and get north and south very quickly and get positive yards. That's what you want to do. Get the ball to your playmakers on the outside, in the open field, and allow them to make plays.
Sharp with 6 catches, now 40 yards. He had a career-high 13 for 193 against Air Force in their last game. Handoff. Running left, it's Tony Lindsay, the sophomore, getting it his first carry. And Yates brings him down after a short game.
What's interesting is because of the short passing game and their ability to run the football with success, the safeties are now coming up close to the line of scrimmage, and there's no help over the top. I wonder, will Keaton try to get it vertical to one of his receivers on the outside if they continue to play this type of defense?
Lindsay stays on as a running back. That was just his 10th carry this year. It's 2nd and 8 now, and he'll shift in motion. Keaton, quarterback draw. Chucky up the gut, across the 40, across midfield and out of bounds. There it is, a quarterback draw, and he has that escapability, and he shows it there.
And I tell you what, it's standing room only right now on the Utah State side. These fans are up, they're into this ball game, and you see Keaton looking very comfortable running with the football, pointing out to blockers where he wants to go. As he runs, he's making cuts. He's looking really comfortable right now.
They mark him out right at midfield. Under 11 minutes to go in this one now. Keaton again on the keeper. This time it does not fool Kevin McReynolds, the UCLA transfer. The senior nose tackle was there. 2-yard pickup.
But when you look at this, it's not a lot of yards, but it makes the defense stay honest. It keeps those linebackers up close to the line of scrimmage. It walks those safeties up, and he'll have his shots.
2nd and 8 now for Keaton and the Aggies. They've scored 14 straight, looking for the go-ahead score. Handoff, Mays straight ahead down to the 43-yard line. Mays runs hard. That's a 5-yard pickup, and it sets up a 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. Dobrich on the tackle.
And the offensive line are continuing to do a good job of giving their backs seams to run through. Mays running tough in between the guards, in between the tackles.
3 turnovers have been costly for the Aggies. 2 missed field goals, yet despite the struggles, they have won the battle of the line of scrimmage here in the second half so far. It's Mays right up the gut, running hard, and has a 1st down. Nothing fancy there, straight ahead football. Tackle was finally made by Aswani Rufus.
And I tell you what they're doing also, they're using up a lot of clock. They're taking their time But you see, once again, they're getting movement on the defensive line. Those guys look extremely tired. They've got tandem blocks going. Linemen are getting up to the second-level defenders, and the running backs are not getting touched until they get to the linebacker level.
Mays now has 16 carries, 98 yards, and a couple touchdowns. He gets his number called again, cuts back, and has a nice gain to the 34. 5 more yards. He's over 100 yards. Rufus on the tackle.
And they're wearing down this Nevada defense. Guys are out there with their hands on their hips. They've been on the field the majority of the second half.
Nevada owning time of possession for the game, but second half, big time in Utah State's favor. There's the numbers on Mays so far. Huge second half for the junior. From the 34, Keaton fumbles the football, and he jumps on it back at the 38-yard line.
And that was a hot snap, and Keaton took his eyes off the football, looking to go with the ball fake. You've got to get possession of the football. You see right there the high snap. You've got to make sure you've got possession of the ball.
Wonder if his running back brushed the football there a little bit.
They probably missed the timing up because of how high that snap was.
Now it's 3rd down and 9. From the 38, Keaton looking downfield, nothing there, is going to dump it off. Lindsey the catch, but he goes down. Couldn't keep his footing, and he goes down near the line of scrimmage, and now it's 4th down. Now, decision time. 4th down and about 9 with under 8 minutes to go.
Lenny Jones and Corey Rush got pressure in Keaton's face, and they didn't allow him to set his feet. He had to throw that ball off of his back foot. That's why it was high.
And they will not gamble here with the ball at the 38-yard line. They're going to punt the football. 7:20 to go in this one. Aaron Dalton, redshirt freshman from Bountiful, Utah. Sellis standing back at the 10-yard line. Sellis lets it go over his head, and it is down at the 1. Inside the 1, Jez Painter was there to corral the Dalton punt, and a beauty and a big special teams play.
And you can't get any better than this.
Dalton hits him inside the 1. We had a 6-point game. Two teams that make their living with the running game. Locked up in a good one here. 27-21 Nevada. 7:04 to go. Nevada has the football with Tyler Stewart and company backed up inside their 1-yard line after an Aaron Dalton punt. Fumbles the football in the end zone. It's loose. It's either a safety or a touchdown. Let's see what happens here. Touchdown. And the Aggies have tied it up. Marwin Evans was in there. Kyler Fackrell as well. And Fackrell recovers it. We're tied at 27.
And Stewart never got possession of the football. Bad snap by the center, Goldtree. It was a low snap, and Stewart, instead of just covering the ball up and taking the safety, he tried to pick it up and get it outside the end zone to avoid getting the safety and gave up the touchdown.
Fackrell with his 5th fumble recovery. He leads the FBS in that category, and he has tied it up here. What a huge turning point in this game.
Back in the end zone, recovered by Utah State for a touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
And I wonder what they're reviewing on this play. It all started with the bad snap by Goldtree. It was low. Stewart never got possession of it. And as opposed to falling on top of the football and giving up the 2-point safety, he tried to scoop the ball up and get outside the end zone. And Fackrell was able to cover that ball up, looks like, and get the touchdown for Utah State.
And here's a look. Let's see what they're reviewing here. There's a fumble. Did his knee go down before the ball was recovered? No, he never had possession there. And it looks like a touchdown.
Yeah, you see Fackrell right here coming off the edge. He sees the football. See, Stewart tries to scoop the ball up and get outside to avoid getting the safety. And right there, he gets pushed out of the way. And Fackrell is at the bottom of that pile. It's not a It's not a case where someone else had the ball and Fackrell comes out with it. It looks like Fackrell gets the recovery clean right here on top of the football right there. It looks like it's going to be a touchdown for Utah State. But it started because Stewart tried to scoop the ball up and get outside the end zone as opposed to just taking the safety.
If you take that 2 point, give up the 2 points, you still got the lead. You can punt it out of there from your 20-yard line, and your team's still in front.
You give it back to your defense.
This looked like a Fackrell fumble recovery. They're just making sure that the knee didn't go down from the quarterback, Stewart.
And I can't be mad at Stewart. He's trying to make a play for his ball club. So, you understand what he's trying to do. But coaches always tell guys when there's a fumble on the field, cover it up. Everyone wants to make the big play of scooping it up and getting the ball out of there. But watch right here, low snap. Now right here, jump on top of the football. But you see him trying to scoop it up and get outside the end zone. He never gets possession of it. Fackrell's at the bottom of that pile. He gets possession. You see Butler.
The ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
And that will stand as the 5th fumble recovery for Fackrell, the nation's leader in that category. He has 2 defensive touchdowns this year. Talk about playmakers. This guy, one of the best in college football on that side of the ball.
Well, you also talk about Butkus semifinalists. That adds to his case to, be one of those guys at the presentation right there.
No doubt about it. Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year candidate, preseason Defensive Player of the Year, and now they're an extra point away from taking the lead here. And it's going to be Jake Thompson. It's normally Warren. Thompson in for the PAT. Out of the hold of Nelson, and the kick is good. And the Aggies have the lead, 28-27. What a comeback. Matt Wells likes what he sees. His defense steps up. A wild one here in Logan. Utah State has erased a 27-7 third quarter deficit, 21 unanswered to grab the lead. A Kyler Fackrell fumble recovery near the goal line, giving the home team the advantage, and they've got all the momentum on their side now, and their defense has been sensational here in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, this Utah State defense will come out with so much adrenaline right now because their offense is giving them what they fought for this entire second half, the lead.
Thompson to kick it away. There's Elijah Mitchell, the deep man for Nevada, standing on the goal line. Utah State trying to get bowl eligible with the win. They have their finale at home next week against BYU, but they want to get win number 6 right here. Mitchell loses sight of that one. It goes through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback at the 25-yard line. Here's a look at the fumble recovery. Stewart from the pistol formation.
And that's the dangers of the pistol formation. You're not under center. The center has to make sure he gets the ball to the quarterback. That's the most important part of the play on every play, the center quarterback exchange. Poor snap was the start of a play that just went totally bad for Nevada.
Fackrell hit the quarterback, recovered the fumble in the end zone, and his team in front now. Now Brian Polian's team trying to get the momentum back. Stewart, the junior, from the 25. Butler, left side, breaks the tackle. He's got a first down. And he's pushing the pile forward to the 37. Filiunga finally on the stop. And they needed that, something positive after a fumble on the last play.
And that was a good assist by the official helping out Utah State, because if he's not there, I don't know if Butler's brought down. Butler still may be running.
Monster game for Butler, 13 carries, 123 yards, couple touchdowns. Has a long run of 60. That was in the 3rd quarter. Butler again, left side. This time they stack him up, a short gain. Maybe a couple yards to the 39, and that's it. Moala was there, the nose tackle.
And the one thing Moala has done well all afternoon is get under the pads of the offensive linemen and push those guys back. That's what you have to do if you're a defender, especially in this 3-4 defense. Moala is assigned both A-gaps, so he has to be a stopgap player in the middle of this defense.
2nd and 8 from the 39. Straight ahead, it's Butler again. They keep trying to grind it out between the tackles. 2 more yards to the 41. Now they're in a 3rd and 6 situation.
And on that play, Moala stopped. He made it a jumble, a bunch right in the middle of that defense. That's what you want to do. You don't want to allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second-level defenders and get a body in front of them.
3rd and 6. They need to get it to the 47 to pick up the first down as we're near the 5-minute mark. This time they'll go split backs. Jackson and Butler back there. Richardson and Henderson the receivers. Stewart rushing 4, fires it near side, caught by Richardson, and he is close to the first down, very close at the 47. And he caught that with a defender draped all over him, Deshane Hines.
And you can't ask for better coverage from Hines. He's right there on Richardson. He gets his hand in there to try to knock the ball out. Let's see if Richardson was able to get past the sticks to get the first down.
It's right on the 47-yard line. And they're going to bring the sticks in from the far side of the field.
And if they don't get it, you may have to go for it on 4th down right here because of the way Utah State has been running the ball and running clock in the second half.
Got it. First down.
And how many first downs have we seen this afternoon that have been a chain link? Good job by Richardson knowing where the sticks are. And like I said, you can't ask for better coverage than the Hines provided on that play. Richardson just made a better play getting his hands on the football and squeezing it.
Both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining. 5:03 to go. 1-point lead for Utah State, erasing a 27-7 early 3rd quarter deficit to grab the lead on a Kyler Fackrell fumble recovery. It's Jackson up the gut, down to the 45. This is where the bread is buttered for us. Torrey Green on the tackle. This is what they want to do. They want to grind you out, wear you down. This is when the running backs get their call most of the time.
And if you watch the offensive linemen, they're getting movement once again. You see them getting to the second-level defenders. That's what you want. You want your guards to be able to tandem block, and when the tackle takes over the block, stalk up to the second-level defenders and cover the linebackers up.
8-yard pickup for Jackson. He has 78 on the ground now. He stays in the backfield, gets his number called again, hit right at the point of attack, leans forward, and is close to the first down. David Moala was there, and we could have another measurement coming up. There's LT Filiunga, the senior from South Jordan, Utah. Their inside linebacker. It's 3rd and short.
And as an offensive lineman, this is what you want, the challenge of getting 1 yard. This is why you work out in the offseason. This is why you make the quarterback take you out for pizza on Monday after a big ball game of keeping them upright. This is what you get paid to do.
Jackson's the running back. Jackson straight ahead, runs into a brick wall, and it'll be close. He needed the 43, and I don't know.
Where the officials are standing, it doesn't look like he's got the first down. And they've got to go for it right here.
Approaching 3 minutes to go. It will be 4th down.
And this is the play of the ball game right here. As a defensive lineman and an offensive lineman, this is what you play football for. These plays right here. This play will determine who wins this ball game.
3:03 to go, 4th down, and less than a yard for Brian Polian and company in a timeout. So much at stake here. Utah State trying to get bowl eligible. Nevada trying to get their 7th win and solidify their bowl chances. 2 proud programs, history of bowl success. 9 of the last 10 years for Nevada, 4 straight for Utah State. Couldn't be much closer in this one. They're going to measure this now. Make sure he's short of the stick. And he is easily at least half a yard.
And I tell you what, when you look at this play, there are a lot of determining factors that can come out of this play. This play may determine whether or not Utah State gets to a bowl game. This play may determine whether or not Nevada is, plays for the conference championship. There's a lot that this play can determine. This is the biggest play of the season up to this point for both ball clubs.
Remember, there are 3 timeouts remaining for Utah State, 2 for Nevada, but this could go a long way towards determining the winner here. And no hesitation. 4th down, half a yard coming up when we come back. (28-27), Utah State in front of Nevada. It was a 27-7 game, early stages 3rd quarter. Nevada in front. The Aggies come storming back. A stellar effort defensively. Going in front on a Kyler Fackrell fumble recovery near the goal line. And now Tyler Stewart and Nevada looking at a 4th down and less than half a yard at the Utah State 44. Butler's the running back. Butler, the carry, spins into the middle. He did not get it, and the Aggies turn him back.
And if you watch Utah State's defenders on this play, they basically bear crawled. They got under the offensive lineman, and that's the negative and disadvantage of the pistol offense. When your quarterback's not under center, if you've got a quarterback under center, he maybe can run a QB sneak and get the first down. But you see penetration right there. Jordan Nielsen got into the backfield, made the back. Butler changed where he went with the football, and you saw Pursuit get there, and he was not able to get the first down.
And he got some help from his teammates as well. Vigil in there, Fackrell stacking things up.
Stout at the point of attack has been the recipe for this Utah State defense the entire second half.
Still 2:57 to go. 3 timeouts left for Nevada. Handoff to Devontae Mays now, trying to run some clock off the right side to the 47. A couple yards and that's it. Figo Fatuala, the senior, on the tackle.
And right now, if you're the Utah State ball carriers, you've got to squeeze the football. You've got to know the Nevada defenders are going to pull and tug at that football. You want to get first downs, but you want to squeeze the football and, at worst case, be able to punt the ball and play field position.
Nevada using a timeout here with 2:51 to go. And again, you get a stop here, you've got a chance. All you need is a field goal, and you got an excellent field goal kicker in Zuzo. A lot still hanging here in the balance.
But if you get a stop and you're Nevada, you've got to pass the football, something that's out of character for what you do. You are a running ball club, so it bodes well for Utah State. You want to run the football no matter what. You continue to run the football. Make Nevada use all of their timeouts. If they do get the ball back, you want them to be playing against the clock and the defense.
Today's Capital One Cup impact performer has been talked about quite a bit from us during the break here. We'll unveil that here momentarily. Utah State hands it off. Devontae Mays hit by Dobrich and turned back, and he leans forward and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd down coming up. Brian Lane Jr. on the tackle. Our Capital One impact performer, Devontae Mays, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, were key in the 3rd quarter. That has given them the lead here with 2:44 to go. That and the Fackrell fumble recovery, the big story in the second half.
Now, you know Nevada's going to bring their defense up in the box to stop the run, and fans will probably say, why don't we throw the football? We know we're going to get man coverage on the outside. We may be able to get a first down, but you've got to be careful. You want to keep the clock running. That's why you run the football. Even if you don't get the first down, you force Nevada to use their last timeout, then you punt the football. The defense has played big this entire second half. You ask your defense to deliver one more time.
3rd and 7 at the 47 for Utah State. Chucky Keaton has been sensational in the second half. Gonna hand it off. Mays right up the gut, spinning. He's got a first down and more. Mays to the 30. Mays finally tackled at the 20-yard line. Brian Lane Jr. got to him. A huge play by the junior to move the chains. And Nevada has just that one timeout left.
And that's why you run the football. because they're going to bring all the defenders up close in the box, and if he gets past the first level, there's no one there. You see right there, he's bouncing off of would-be tacklers. He gets to the outside, and Mays has done this the entire second half, get yards after contact.
20 carries, 138. He's gone over the century mark a couple times this year, and that could have been the backbreaker right there for the Wolfpack. Mays again hitting the backfield, just holding on to the football. That's the main thing. And Nevada will use their final timeout. Seau on that tackle.
And I tell you what, Lenny Jones knifed in there and almost got there right when the ball got to the ball carrier.
No timeouts left now for Nevada. 2:07 to go. And conceivably, Brian Polian's team could get the football back here. It's second down and 14 right now with 2:07 to go.
You almost want to get in victory formation. The way that play almost unfolded, the way Lenny Jones shot that gap, I'd be very concerned if I'm Utah State right now. I'm talking to my tight ends and my tackles and making sure they understand, guys, we have to make sure we get a hat on these defensive ends because Jones and Seau have the ability to shoot the gap and cause a ruckus in that backfield.
Utah State trying to win their 14th consecutive game here on home turf. That's the third longest in the FBS. And if you do get in a fourth down scenario, I'd be very surprised you bring the kicking team out there. You don't want to risk anything like that here with time dwindling. Second and 14. Keaton, handoff. Mays, wrapped up, gets it to the 26-yard line. Tackle made by Fatuala, and now it's third down, and they can't stop the clock. It's under 2 minutes to go.
And if you're Utah State, you take your time. You're not in a rush. You want as much time to come off the clock as possible. And you talked about it, Trey, attempting to kick. You don't want to do that. You remember last week, Nevada, Muhammad blocked a potential game-winning field goal as time expired. So you don't want to give him or the other Nevada defenders an opportunity to block a kick.
We'll work the play clock down. It's at 5 now, at 4. Keaton will take the snap with 3, hands it, he's going to keep it, fakes the handoff, stays in bounds, and goes down at the 24-yard line. Fourth down coming up, and it's going to be under a minute to go, and now it's decision time for the Aggies.
And a good job by Keaton. He probably could have kept going to the outside, but he realized he put himself in a position to possibly get pushed out of bounds. You don't want the clock to stop. The clock is your best friend.
And they're going to bring the kicking team out here for us. Jake Thompson is coming out for a field goal attempt. You remember Warren missed a couple from 29 and 20 yards. This one is a 42-yard attempt for the junior from Logan, Utah, trying to give him a 4-point advantage. They get the snap off. The kick is on the way. And the kick is good. Thompson drills it, and they're up 4.
Big score right there. Now, Nevada has to score a touchdown to win this ball game.
"35 seconds, no timeouts for Nevada. And how about Thompson? He's been their kickoff specialist all year. Just his third field goal attempt, and he nails it.
And we've seen big plays on special teams, so don't go away yet, folks. You never know. College football has been a game full of interest this season. We've seen crazier things happen, Trey.
Like maybe the Miami game. That would be one that would come to mind.
The Miami, the Michigan State-Michigan game, right. The Florida State-Georgia Tech ball game. You just don't know what can happen.
Well, this would be a monumental victory for this program, who's had their share of problems with injuries this year. Disappointing losses on the road to New Mexico and Air Force last 2 weeks. But they can get bowl eligible if they can hang on here. Elijah Mitchell, the deep man for Nevada. No timeouts, and they need a touchdown. The kick return squads have been good for both teams, specifically Utah State. Mitchell hoping to make an impact here in that category. 24 consecutive points from the Aggies here in the second half. Thompson, Mitchell, 2 yards deep, is going to bring it out of there. Mitchell across the 20, and down he goes to the 27. The ball comes free. Was he down, or was it a fumble? Floyd recovering it for Utah State. They're saying it's Aggies football.
Now the question is, was the ball coming loose as he was going down?
Here's a look.
I think he's down on that play.
Evans with the strip, but was he down before it came free?
Or was he on top of a defender? I think he's down. I think the left elbow, they're going to call a left elbow down on that play.
We'll sort that out here. 26 seconds to go. If it's a fumble recovery for the Aggies, this one is history. It's a Utah State victory.
And I'll tell you what's interesting, because they kicked that field goal, now the defense can play prevent if it is indeed still Nevada's ball, and not worry about the deep play and put them in field goal range, because they have to get a touchdown. Let's see if he's down right here. It looks like his elbow, see that forearm looks like it's down before the ball comes out. Let's see right here.
Left knee down maybe?
Left knee and the elbow. Left elbow look down. Because the ball isn't coming out right here. I think he's down.
Well, it's Marwin Evans on that play. Evans has been everywhere today. Defensively, from the secondary and on special teams. Boy, this would be a gut-wrenching loss for Nevada, up 27-7 to lose this game, and it could come down to this call right here. Right there, it looks like the knee's down before the ball comes out. They will take a closer look at this. Scott Campbell, our lead referee. Both these teams have a game coming up. Nevada at San Diego State, Utah State hosting BYU. Here's another look for us.
And the question is that left elbow down? See, the ball is still, it's not coming loose yet. And the left knee, the question is, was the ball starting to come loose before that left knee and that left forearm is down? See, the knee is down right here. Now,
after review, the runner's knee was down at the 27-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Nevada. The game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 31 seconds.
So Nevada still with a sliver of hope here. 26 seconds was on the clock. They put 5 back on, so 31 seconds, no timeouts to work with, and they have the football at the 26.
And if you're Utah State, you need to be deep with your safeties. They need to be, you cannot let any Nevada defenders get behind you.
Stewart has gotten better at throwing the football through the course of the season. They're a running team, but he needs a big throw here. Runs away from pressure. Stewart sets and throws downfield and incomplete. Intended for Wyatt Demps. 21 seconds to work with, 2nd and 10.
And you saw the safeties on the play for Utah State. They bailed as soon as the ball was snapped. That's what you want to do. You want to get as deep as possible. You cannot let the offensive players get behind you. And that kick, that field goal helps tremendously because they have to get a touchdown. So even with them playing this prevent defense, they can give up the long pass. They just cannot give up a touchdown.
Henderson and Richardson, the top targets this season. Henderson, a big target at 6'5". Stewart steps up under duress, and he's hit as he throws it. It's incomplete. That was pressure up the gut.
And Torrey Green did a good job on a delayed blitz on that play. He waited until the ball was snapped, Then he found the seam, got in there, and got pressure on Stewart, and did not allow him to step into that throw. Watch Torrey Green. You see him on a delayed blitz. The offensive tackle has to do a better job of blocking him. You cannot allow him to get a free rein to the quarterback.
3rd and 10, 16 seconds for Nevada. Stewart steps up, throws to the sideline, incomplete. Good coverage over there. Hines was right on the spot. It was intended for Richardson, and now it's come down to 4th down with 10 seconds left.
And good adjustment by Hines, turning his body and getting his hand up in the air and getting into the vision of the receiver.
You have time maybe for 2 plays to get out of bounds quickly, but this could be the final play right here. Fackrell has made his impact felt. He's coming after the quarterback here on 4th down. Stewart steps up, dumps it off. It's caught. It's a lateral now after the catch by Henderson. Back to Stewart. Stewart with no time on the clock laterals it back. The ball's still free. Kicked around, recovered by the Aggies. This one's over. Utah State wins it.
And Nick Vigil. It's been the Vigil and Fackrell show this second half. Both of these linebackers have played extremely well and been all over the field, whether it's been pressuring the quarterback, recovering fumbles, causing havoc in the running game.
What an incredible second half for Matt Wells. Tough loss for Brian Polian. His team still bowl eligible. Utah State now bowl eligible as they improved to 6-5. It was 27-7 at the start of the 3rd quarter. 24 straight. The defense really, though, set the tone.
Well, the defensive adjustments by the Utah State coaching staff need to be commended. They came out with a plan, and they executed well. They shut down this high-powered Nevada offense. That rushing attack was null and void in the second half.
Now we could see both of these teams bowling, and it could be 7 teams from the Mountain West Conference this year. We'll see how it plays out, but a riveting victory for the Aggies here. They lose their starting quarterback, Myers, to an arm injury. Chucky Keaton comes in and sparks him. Mays with 133 on the ground and a couple touchdowns. And somehow, some way, Utah State comes out of Maverick Stadium with a wild victory. Kyler Fackrell, the go-ahead touchdown on a fumble recovery. And they win it here 31-27. One of the better games we've seen this year. Is a lot of fun.
Well, I love the adjustments, and that's why you play the game. It's not a first half ball game, it's an entire ball game. And you saw that from this Utah State ball club. You saw a ball club that was hungry to get themselves bowl eligible against a ball club that was still fighting for a chance at a conference title. Both of these teams are eligible to play in bowl games now, and we assume both of them will get bowl bids.
For Forrest Conley, I'm Trey Bender. It was a good one from Logan, Utah. Again, the final score, Utah State 31, Nevada 27. To watch this entire game on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Have a good evening. So long from Logan, Utah.